Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comfort together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hello to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers. It's another glorious day, my darlings, and I know you got all of your crumpets, babies, because you know what time it is, honey. It's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats. What's going on, babies? You like the gear? Check it out, honey. That's '09, honey. Why '09? Because that's the year that we've started doing all of this, honey. 2009. We are going to be 12 years old this year. Can you stand it? July 1st. Can you see? Wait a minute. Can you see the number? 71. That's July 1st, '09. Okay. That's our anniversary. So, be that as it may, honey. So I had this printed up for me. It ain't coming across right. Could y'all see this cutely? It looks blue on my TV screen, but this is purple. Okay. Maybe it's my camera or something, but this is looking rather blue on the screen, honey. But this is a royal purple. And they had this is more so, it's supposed to be the colors for the show are sage green and royal purple, right? However, anytime I can't get a sage green, I get something real close to it. So they had this teal turquoise, I said, okay, it'll work. It ain't the same, but it'll work. So what's going on in your worlds, everybody? Honey, it's a long week. It's a long week. It's a long week. And since we were last here, honey, we've had so many things that have gone down in the world today. And it's something. Before we get off into today's show, let me stay light first. Let me stay light. Okay, because y'all see this now. I don't know. Y'all like these? If I were to put these up for sale, would y'all buy one? And see, it got my name. Wait a minute. I can't turn around. It got Big Meats on the back. Like a regular football jersey. It got Big Meats on the back. Got just a T right here. And that there is that. So I don't know if y'all would like to order these with your own number on it or whatever. Let me know. I would consider doing something like that. It'll be dishing tea, of course. I'll put your name on the back, and we will give you you tell me what you want your exclusive number to be at. You see 09 is taken, okay, right? And what you would do, like up here where I got the 71, because I wanted to break up our year. This is for July 1st, and 2009 was when we all got started, okay? So let me know, because we are merchandising. Now, how about that? Okay. Got the little sticker, I got this. This is cute, for put on your car, little bumper stickers and carrying on. Okay, you got a little change purse, or a cute little makeup bag, or a little clutch, for those of you who just got to have something to go. See Dishing Tea Entertainment with our email address on it. Okay, dishingtea.com. Now, for those of you who are into fanny packs, you got a fanny pack, honey. How about that? Okay, you want tea around your waist, honey? You can be dishing tea around the waist, baby. Okay, just a little something. Now, it's not real big, you know. It's just a little fanny pack. It's just to put your little essentials in so that you have something cute, okay? Something cute, keep your hands free or whatever. It's big enough for a cell phone and a couple of little accoutrements, you know. Dishing tea entertainment. And of course, wait a minute, wait a minute. Oh, Demetrius. Oh, bitch. So late. Oh, bitch, you are late. Hell. Oh, okay, this why. Because I had one already open. And I didn't want to open the other ones because I got one for Red and I got one for Nikki. You like? Okay, you like? You see how it covers the nose completely? Just all down up in here. This is a big fitting mask, okay? Just make sure it stay on your ear. You like that? Okay. Now, these particular articles can be found here. Let me run the banner. Okay. Let me run the banner because this is our merchandising stuff that I'm trying to make sure everybody gets into. Okay. So you guys could go over here and see that's running. That banner that's running. You could get this particular merchandise here. This particular shirt here, the jerseys. I haven't put that up there yet. This is something that I got it because I was feeling it and things of that nature. And I said, okay, let me see. So you guys let me know what's going on, okay? Let me know. You like the jerseys? You like them? Oh, it feels cute. Now this is what I'm wearing is a 4X because I knew they were going to run short, okay, or run small. This is a 4X and it's fitting me. Okay, it's cute. I got a little room in there carrying on. Um, um, and that be that. So ha 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 ha. Okay, so there we have it. Okay, yes, that was the pro. Okay, hold on. What you say? Love it. Oh, hey, baby, how are you? Okay, Tony, I want you to put your information up there for your jewelry, honey. You understand? Put it down here in the Facebook link so I can shout you out because I have bought some jewelry from him. You know, he does these gorgeous, gorgeous little pieces and carry it on, honey. And most of it, you know, the inexpensive pieces and things enough to get you a little. You have to catch his presentations when he does that, okay? Because he'll put it together and tell you how the particular pieces come, and then he'll zhuzh it up and okay, we want to take it and give an upgrade to it or whatever. He puts these little jewelry pieces together, and you get set for like $25 and under. He'll have pieces and stuff that's like $5 and carrying on. Honey, I'm telling you, I have bought what I bought $50 worth the last time I bought from you and things because and you know some beautiful, beautiful pieces, some necklaces and some bobs and carrying on for Samantha. You know, for her to walk around in and be cute in when I ain't got to be all, when she ain't got to be all bedazzled and things for the stage. But this is cute enough to where when I'm taking pictures and photos and carrying on, I just want to be it's church girl stuff, honey. Okay. You want your church girl glam on, honey, talk to Tony, okay? Talk to Tony, and I'm telling you, honey, this year is really cute. Really, really cute. So yeah, okay. PrinceofBling.com. Okay, yes, honey. I'm telling you, it's cute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, you did. I appreciate you so much. Okay. Okay. I want to buy a shirt and a fanny pack. Okay. Well, go down to the bottom. I think I don't know if I got your shirts up there just yet. I'm still trying to because we got some new designs for the shirts coming. There's going to be Dishing Tea exclusive shirts. Red is working on that and trying to design them and carrying on. So yeah, but this the fanny pack and stuff, you get that right now. Okay. So that there was fabulous, honey, fabulous. I'm popping in for a few minutes. Gotta work a double shift tomorrow, starting at 7, so I won't be staying up late this time. That's all right. Do what you got to do because next Thursday we won't be on the air because next week, Thursday, I got to work overnight. I'm doing my regular 11 to 7, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So next Thursday, we won't be here for that reason. Okay. But it's all good. Make the coin, honey, because in our industry, honey, that's what the coin is in the overtime. Okay. Security, have you seen my ruby slippers? If they was a size 17, I got them here. Okay. Okay. Honey, yes, she has, honey. Yes, she has. Okay. Oh, well, thank you, darling. Thank you. That's wonderful. I appreciate that gladly, honey. Okay. Okay, we'll work something out for Thursday. All right, then, Nighthawk Network. What you say? We'll work something out. Something. Let me go up here. Okay. Hello, Big Meats, Miss. That's Miss Lola, honey. Okay, I love you. I love you right back, baby. I'm trying to go up. You like the gear? I should have did that first. Okay. Good evening. No, you done added Thomas to your last name, girl. I swear, honey. Okay. Congrats on the upcoming anniversary. Well, thank you. Yeah, we'll start now. We'll take that now. Okay. Because July will, child, you blink, honey. It'll be July in a minute, honey. Okay. Gina, hey, how you doing, Miss Darling? Okay. Okay. Sitting out the Nighthawks. Okay. Signal, honey. Yes. Uh, Depends, honey. Depends. Okay. Okay. Miss Pernita. Okay. You love shirt, darling. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. I will buy one. Okay. Ha. Okay. Yes, the dear. Okay. Ha. Okay. Give it to me, honey. All right. Okay. Okay. That's okay. You like that too? Yes. I want a jersey. Okay. Okay. I love fanny packs. I have gotten into them and then I got out of them and carrying on because I'm old fashioned with wanting to have something on my shoulder and carrying on. Now I'm gonna tell you the way how they make these. They're cute, but they don't hold a lot. It's not one of the real big to do. How we do the little mega ones and carrying on. It is just that. It is just on your side. It doesn't have a lot of room for expansion. So it's cute, but yeah. But for the support or whatever, it'll give you what you need, honey. Okay. It will give you what you need and things of that nature. Because most of the time you just carry little stuff. Or for those who go running and jogging and carrying on, it gives you all of that. Okay. So, yeah, that there is that. So I thank all of you for all of that. Okay. Um. Oh, slapping tea. Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, baby? What's your tea? Okay. All right. Okay. And everybody saying hi to each other. Okay. Yes, darling. Yes. I share you to my friends in Pittsburgh, PA. They love you in Big Red. Bless their heart. Well, listen, tell Pittsburgh that Aunt Nikki is from Philly. So they may have, it's that Philly thing, that PA thing, they come together and things of that nature. So that's cute. Okay. You have always been a great inspiration in my life. You will never know how much your life continuously bless me. Don't you make me cry, child. Don't you do that. Thank you, baby. I greatly and grandly appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. Okay, that means a whole lot to me, considering that what I knew my purpose was in my life, and that there was to make sure that my life is a representation of what I believe God to be. And I've always said, particularly when I accepted that I was a gay man, and I am a gay man, that I wanted my life to be something that other gay people can look up to and reference and not be embarrassed by or whatever. And even through my mistakes, they can learn from well, I don't like to call them mistakes anymore, honey. They can learn the lessons as I learned the lessons, okay? Or learn from my lessons, learn from my trials and errors and carrying on. And in that there is where this is, and I'm still a work in progress, honey. I have not made it to the goals that I want to make it to yet, but each time I reach a benchmark or whatever, it lets me know that it's cool, and the comments like that really, 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 really touch me and says, okay, I greatly appreciate you for that. So thank you, my darling. I love you right back, honey. That's all I got. What Jennifer Holiday say, honey, I am love, honey. Okay. I have all colors of fanny packs. I don't like big ones. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this would be perfect for you then. Okay. Okay. Hey, Israel, how are you? We don't do Philly. They don't do us. Oh, that's your little inner rival between Pittsburgh and Philly. It's kind of like how we are with, well, I won't say Detroit and Flint, but Flint will fuck with us. But you know, Detroit gets all the glory for Michigan. Okay. Okay. You are a powerful force in my life. Oh my God. Well, thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Okay. Okay. So everybody say hello to everyone and carrying on. So that there is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. And I was honored the way you acknowledged me as your nephew. Well, honey, I have to, baby, because you're my sister's child, honey. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing, honey, is that there is that, honey. Unc, anal, however you're gonna call me, ankle. Okay, Unc T. Okay. So it's we family, honey. The song said we are family for a reason. And we can't take family lightly. And one of the beautiful things about family is that we know the blood family that we were born into that we had no choice over. But the ones that we claim to be family, the one I get to choose to say this is my family, I choose you, which is saying a whole hell of a lot. Okay, I choose you. It's just like you know what? That's adoption is just that because I choose you. I want you to be a part of me. You know. So hey, okay. So yes, honey. Okay. All right. You so awesome with facts. I learned a lot from you with the knowledge that you have given me. Well, bless your heart, baby. I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that. Thank you, honey. Thank you. You say, yeah, family ties, hashtag the village. Okay, right. Village tea. Okay. Oh, are we the village people? How about that? You deserve those roses. God made you fabulous and you must be honored. We love you unconditionally. Oh, so you trying to make me cry up in here? Okay. Okay, my daughter used to say, yeah, it's all albuterol. You know, we used to have Proventil, the yellow one, but they stopped paying for the Proventil. And this here is the Pro Air. Well, wait a minute, is it Pro Air or is this this might be the generic because they made them smaller. Talking about we get more puffs out of them or the same amount of puffs out of them and they lie. You know, and then remember the blue one. Now the blue ones, I know if you got the blue ones that's albuterol, y'all know that's complete and utter ghetto. I won't say ghetto, it's welfare. Because that means your insurance ain't paying for nothing but the generic, and they would give you that blue albuterol thing, honey. And I'm like, okay, the children, the children, okay. Yes, indeed. Thank you, baby. Absolutely. We do love you, big. So come on, Buck, now. Okay. It's pro air. Yeah. Okay. It's pro air. Yeah. Got to keep these lungs open, honey. But what it is, I have not taken my Advil because I don't want to get addicted to this stuff. And I know since I've had gained a little bit of this weight back, I got to take this weight back off because I've been having to use my um um I've been having to use my inhalers more. And I know that's directly related to the weight because, you know, it's a little bit much. And yeah, that there's what it is, honey. It's the generic, that blue one. Okay, the blue one, yeah. The blue one is generic. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that blue one is all the way generic. All the way. But the Pro Air, they're trying to do something now because see how this is red? I get mine from oh, what's the name of the damn people? Because I have it shipped to me now because I get it every 90-day supply, so they send it to my door. And so this is not Pro Air, but this is close to it, and they're trying to mimic it. See with the red? Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I call you Uncle Meats. Well, okay, dear nephew. Okay, that's healthy. That's healthy. Okay. Nebulizer. Yeah, I got the nebulizer too. I got the solution because I got a machine here and I get on it when I have to. Okay, only when I have to. Okay. So all right. So that there is that. Let me share with you guys a bit of some sad news. I have put it up in our Facebook family feed that we have here in Messenger. But for those of you who are unaware, our co-host, we have been hit kind of hard over here because Big Red is going through a fight that no parent should ever have to go through. And that there is, remember, on I said what I said Sunday that we were talking about. He had two sons that were born at the same time, but they were not twins. And he was talking about his life when he cheated on his wife and this, that, and the other. We were just talking about his son, and we have found out the next day, this past Monday, that his son had passed. And then in the midst of all of that, we had found out that his stepson had gotten shot. So he has really, 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 really been going through. His stepson is recovering and things. They were able to stabilize him and carry it on. So now it's now trying to get the mindset together. What's the next move and this, that, and the other. In addition of trying to come to grips with the loss of a child. Okay. Um, um, and yeah, it's pretty hard and things. So right now they're just trying to arrange funerals and this, that, and the other. And have to deal with the mother, and having they just lost their baby. Okay, and I wasn't expecting him to come in here tonight, considering, and then the nature of tonight's show. I wanted to give him a heads up. I told him some of the stuff that we were going to talk about, but when I started putting it together, for me, it just came across as I don't want him in here tonight because it's going to be shady. And what I mean by that is everything that I'm hitting on tonight is about uh, children. Okay, and we have a father who lost his child. Okay, we have I didn't talk about this last week because I it was on my screen, but I'm going to talk about it today. And that there is the 15-year-old little girl who was killed by the 12, 13, or two 14-year-olds at the Walmart. Okay. And I told him we are going to talk about that. And then here you are, you have to deal with parents losing their babies. Okay. You know, and so when I say shady, it's just that him on the he's not even on the heels of it, honey. He's entrenched in it because right now, this is in the numbness of it all, and it's still I can't believe this is real. You know what I'm saying? And what all this is meaning and carrying on. So tonight's show is going to be heavy. Okay, it's going to be heavy because number one, when it comes down to children, okay, when it comes down to children, it really and truly, there are no words. There are no words. Okay. And then for those of us who want to reach out and you don't know what to say, there's nothing to say. You just let them breathe, honey. There's been moments Red would call me. I would just sit down here and I just let him breathe because he just needs to know that I'm there. If I can't reach him to touch him or to hug him, he just want to breathe, honey. And I'll just watch him click on the computer and I'm just here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, sometimes that's all that's needed. You know what I'm saying? Or what I need right now to get me through to the next moment. You understand? Because it's moment by moment by moment of how we're dealing with this. Okay. Nick, you ready, girl? No. Okay. She was playing with her camera. I thought she was ready to come in. You got to reboot. Well, hold on. Yes, I'm having a cocktail. Okay. Um, so oftentimes you know, I know many of you out there may say, oh, you know, I don't know what to say, and I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Um, um, I'm going to wait because the cause of death, I know what it is, but I'm going to wait and let him give me permission to say more than what I'm saying because this part that I'm saying is already known. So I'm going to wait until he's comfortable with having all the, even though, we're dealing with it, there are times where parents just don't want to hear it. When one of my cousins, this was years ago, my cousin had passed, and um, his mom was, calling me and carrying on, asking this and asking that. And I said something to her, and it haunts me to this day. And she's passed on now too, but it haunts me because I asked her. I said, I thought, she had to go to the funeral home and everything. And I asked her, I said, are you ready to go pick out the caskets and things? And oh my God, it was the way how her energy just changed on me. And my aunt had never hollered at, ever in my life, had she ever hollered at me. And she said, don't you ever say that to me again. Do you understand me? Don't you ever say that to me again. And she hung up the phone. And at first I was like, what did I say? But I had to understand very quickly. She wasn't ready to talk about caskets and funerals and carrying on. You understand? And then it just became all of that. So uh I had to learn that there are times where when folks are dealing, they're not ready for certain aspects of it. So there's nothing to say. There's nothing to say, you know. Um So yeah, what you say, I like that, Pernita. Hurting people hurt others. I like that. Okay, but I like how you put that. Yes. Okay. Because we all say hurt people. But oftentimes we don't understand that. So in that, like I say, when he gives me the okay, um, then I will say more. But I don't want tonight is going to be a heavy show. And like I said, if he comes in, he comes in. But it's going to be one of those kind of shows, and it's going to be heavy. Okay. So that speaking of, he he just popped in. So okay, yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm trying to get the show, get them settled, and then don't want to be shady because it's gonna be a heavy show. So I'm just trying to okay. I just want to navigate it. Okay, I got my towel ready. I got shit. I even got a cocktail. Damn it, Nick. I got a squeezable over here. I'm trying to hold it for you, girl, because I got a green one like you wanted, but bitch is calling my name. But I'm gonna hold it for you because you my sister. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Cute. You sold for a boutique run. Cute. Okay. Okay. What you say? Yeah, let them be. Exactly. 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 Okay, we here for y'all. Okay, family, let's do it. I went to college for mortuary sciences, and it hurts for me also. Really? You know what? I never thought I can't do that because I'm so emphatic, girl. I can't because see, I'm already a crybaby, and I'm a mess. Okay, deep breath. Right. Okay. Okay. May peace find and comfort your co-host during this difficult time. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you so much. Let me bring them in because and then they can thank you for themselves because they're here. They're waiting on me. I'm just trying to set myself up. Okay, me. I just got finished with these rounds. I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow night. Okay, Princess. Listen, baby. You be careful out there. You be careful out there, okay? And we are the brother sisterhood, honey, of the security cloth, baby. Go out there and be cute. Protect yourself, though, okay? Run the motherfuckers out and call the cops. Don't you try to take care of yourself unless they fuck with you. Okay? Ah. I'm a funeral attendant here in Detroit. I enjoy the work. Oh, really? I didn't realize that, Tony. It's very rewarding, but I'm too emphatic because see, I feel all of that, child. Oh, child, I was in the church choir. We had one, and the children was like, "Bitch, what you crying for?" I said, "Honey, you don't feel that. You don't feel all what's going on." And they're like, "Girl, what you crying for?" And I'm talking, oh, I had to keep. Well, y'all know I'm the runny nose boy anyway. So, okay. So yes, honey, my father was a funeral home driver, so I was around it young. Wow. Sending prayers for Big Red and his family. Thank you so much. Okay, let me bring them in. Okay, there's Nick. Hey.
Hey everybody,
And Red, oh,
we
Red.
here.
Red. Hey, Red, what's up, baby?
Hey baby,
What's going on?
how you feeling today?
I'm here. What's happening?
Hey. We got you, baby.
Okay,
Well,
yeah, you know that.
we up in here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do it one more time because y'all haven't seen everything. We got the fanny packs.
Oh, I seen it. I
Okay.
said, well, we got football shirts and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
As soon as you got on the screen, I said,
I
oh,
looked
that's
at
what
that
we doing.
Hey, as
When
soon
you
as
got
I
on the
saw that
screen, I said,
jersey,
oh, that's what we doing. We got jerseys and shit.
Well,
as soon as I saw that jersey, I was like,
Right. So if y'all don't know, y'all make sure y'all go get y'all flip flops.
oh, that's right. I forgot to get right.
The flip flops not on the site.
Okay. I gotta put them up there because but I forgot we got shoes. All of this is on the Teespring site here. We got to put everything else up there, and then Red designing some of our t-shirts. So we got the fanny pack. I got your little coin purse or your little makeup bag.
Yeah, I saw that. You know, I'm definitely ordering one of those.
Okay, that's cute. Ain't that so cute? Okay. Your little bumper sticker or whatever you put on your car. Okay, little cute.
Did you get water bottle?
Okay.
I love the masks off Teespring. Aren't they so comfortable? The masks from Teespring are amazing. Because you guys, our other thing for the Innocent Project is over there. Those masks are amazing.
Yes.
Hey, here's a copy of the shirt.
What is
y'all can see that?
Yeah. I'm just not seeing it for the first time, children.
Right.
Hurry up, get that one uploaded so I can order mine. You guys, look. Alo Nana is in different packaging now. Oh, no, wait. Let me see you first. Come on, bitch.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
You better come on, Corona Deville.
Hey, I'm going to tell you something.
You guys, Alo Nana is in new packaging. Tell me what y'all think. Do you guys like the new packaging?
Yeah.
I like that.
I always had labels, but they were on the white jars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always had labels, but I changed the jars.
Okay, yeah, cute. Mm-hmm.
I like these now, so y'all know, his ass, look, can't give it to him. It had too much lavender in it. Put this nigga to sleep all the goddamn time. I gotta make him some without no lavender in it.
No, give him some now because he's gonna need it.
Okay, make sure I drop some off to you if you get to them before me. These are lavender and lemongrass. So this whole batch is lavender and lemongrass.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready to get to it?
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Oh wow, I love it. Okay, hi, say it. Hey, Mrs. Green. Yeah.
Me. Drop Cupcake the link.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, now listen. And then I got y'all a mask because I got y'all a mask. Okay.
Oh, okay. You got a black mask and say gold.
I got the mask because you know when you order the samples or whatever. So
you order the samples, yeah. When you finish your line, you order your samples. So when I first had my Don't Be Bitter, Be Better, and the other one for the Innocent Project, those were the samples. And that's why I said those masks are amazing. the material, you can breathe, and it covers everything.
Yes.
You don't feel like every 5 minutes you need to do like this. So I appreciate that fabric.
Okay. So let's do this. Let's get into this show because, like I said, it's gonna be heavy. Because what we're talking about is you know, we got some real fuck shit up in here.
And then you got the more. Sorry, y'all.
And yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so the first that's on our agenda this evening, I think I want to start here so that we can just go ahead and get this on out the way. Okay. And what I mean of getting this out the way is because I think it's better to start being mad first. Okay. And if we get mad, then we can direct everything else. You know what I'm saying? So let's go here. I'm going to share this particular video with you guys. I was trying to download it, but I couldn't download it properly. So I'm gonna have to share the screen, okay? But yeah. Let's do this. Can y'all see this? I'm sure y'all probably seen this video before.
Now you're over pepper spray. Look at this.
No car till I see my dad.
Here, just stop for a second.
I want my dad. I want my dad. Wait, can I just please get the snow off of me?
I'll get the snow off of you. You've had your chance.
Get in the car now.
Okay?
Okay?
You've had your chances.
Get off.
You're acting like a child. Stop.
You acting like a child.
Yeah, catch that.
You're not.
I'm gonna get your dad, okay? But you need to get warm, otherwise you're gonna put your premium on your neck, okay?
You touch your right now when you hear him.
I'm gonna go get him. Now sit back.
Yeah,
We'll fix it. I will fix it. I want to call him. I will call him. Sit back. But they are losing their patience.
You're on mute. You hear him.
Come on, good job. Come on, you're almost there. Come on.
I want my dad.
Come on, use it.
Dear, wait, you just stop for a second and take a deep breath. Hey,
Please.
stop.
Please. I will get your dad.
No, you said that you were gonna pepper spray me. No, please.
Oh.
I got a bad
Oh.
No, I
Just bear this one.
Reach your neck.
This video, as a mother, it's not anything that you want to see. Not. You have to understand compassion, empathy. When you have a child that is suffering in this way and calling out for her dad, I saw my baby's face and her face.
That boy make me like kids.
I'm not going to stand here and tell you that for a 9-year-old to have to be pepper sprayed is okay. It's not. I don't see that as who we are as a department.
Damn.
We're going to do the work we have to do to ensure that these kinds of things don't happen.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's start there. Come on in, Nay. Let's start there. Okay. See, there's a number of things here that we have to unpack. Okay. there's a number of things that, first off, the call was.
I'm gonna come in on the other device, Meech.
Okay, I see you. The call was the mom had called the cops because the girl was in breakdown, okay, in crisis. Okay. Why, as y'all saw there, that the crisis response team was not, they did not respond. They were not called to this particular scene. Okay. Why? Knowing that this call, I don't remember them saying that they responded to a call like this. It didn't say that they knew they were responding to their call. However, what the officer did say in there was they're claiming that the little girl said that she's going to hurt or kill herself and her mom. Now, if you heard her say that, you already know that we're dealing with mental issues here from a 9-year-old. Why was not the response team called to come and deal with this? Number one. Number two, why did you threaten this girl with pepper spray knowing that she's already hyper? If she's already hyper, why would you threaten a hyper child with pepper spray? And what in the world said that you're supposed to pepper spray a 9-year-old?
That part.
That's the what makes.
I'm still trying to get over you acting like a child. Really?
Well, how is she supposed to act? She's 9.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm just trying to wrap that shit around my head. You're acting like a child.
Yeah.
She's a 9-year-old grown woman. Figure that out.
Right. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So these are some of the issues. Here's the other thing. Where was the dad? If you kept saying, I'm gonna call him, why didn't you say, what's your dad's number?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if that was going to calm her down, why didn't you say, what's your dad's number so we can call?
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Fucking well, her dad wasn't going to rock with that shit you was
okay.
doing.
Why did we not, if you're trying to negotiate something, then the lady officer said, well, you're going to have to because they're going to pepper spray you. If you don't, come on and calm down. That's not negotiation.
Why would you threaten a 9-year-old?
And why would you sit down there as an officer there on the scene? Why would you condone them saying that shit?
Right.
Okay, hold on. Hey, hold on. First of all, okay. All right, cool.
Your thing messing up here.
With the motherfucking goddamn policing in America is they fucking goddamn reactive instead of proactive.
Come on.
If they doggone knew how to motherfucking be proactive to a situation, then they wouldn't have situations where they tasing and damn pepper spraying and body slamming children.
Oh, well.
Not body slamming children.
Man, look.
Because you don't see them body
slamming. It's too much shit going on.
Children.
It's just too much going on with that because at the end of the day, who can't talk a 9-year-old down?
Come on.
Boom. Then she said she had a bad arm. Remember she said, wait a minute. I got a bad arm. I have a bad arm. So y'all trying to push and pull and tug. Okay?
On a child. So this means this child's body and bones and shit ain't fully developed yet.
But
This
whatever happened to them talking to the parents anyway? Because you are not supposed to restrain anybody that's under a certain age. So that right there is faulty as itself. Because if you locking my child up and I'm not there, we have a whole problem because they are minor. You need to talk to me and not talk to my child.
And that's where I want to go. The mama called her. Where the fuck was she at when they sitting up there going through all this? Okay, why was she not outside with the child, to help the police calm her down? Because listen, in dealing with mental illness, and I was talking about this earlier. My sister, where they call it manic depressive when she was diagnosed, they now call it bipolar. Okay. And when she was younger and didn't like taking her medicine and carrying on, and this is what what the kids, they'll be 26 this year. So the kids were babies. Okay, they just had the baby and this and another. So during that particular time, we had to learn my sister. Okay. Because whenever she wasn't taking her medicine, she had 3 days before she went tick, tick, boom. Okay. Because day one, we don't know nothing because that's the same.
Right, because the medicine is still flowing.
It's still flowing through. Day two, she'll get a little resistant here and there, but it's kind of like you know, any regular mood swing or whatever.
I was going to say, it could be like anybody who just, you know, it's just not one of them days.
It's just not, it ain't one of them days.
When you get to day three.
Day three, it would be fine, and one of two things would happen. Depending, and the mood swing would be depending on what happens. If she saw something very, very sad, okay, say the story about the 15-year-old that we're going to go into. If she saw that, she would get to crying and then crying uncontrollably. Okay. And then everything is so sad. And then she always go back to when my grandmother passed back in 86, because that there is a lot of trigger for her. Because they were only 9 when my grandmother passed. And so she feels as though God didn't give her enough time with my grandmother. You know. So, and then she was a little, you know, she mad at me because I'm the oldest. And but you knew grandmama, you said a lot more time to spend with her. You know, so we dealing with that. Okay. So if it wasn't that, and she just got so low, you know, it was the manic depressiveness of it. It was the flip side of that coin. Somebody said something to piss her off, and it was all bets was off. Baby, it was there when she became homicidal and suicidal at the same goddamn time. Because she was like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck what you do to me because I'm ready to die anyway, motherfucker. And then she said, and I'm going to take my baby with me because I don't want my baby to be no burden on no motherfucking body. Y'all don't need my baby. I don't want none of y'all touching my baby. She would go there. You hear me? And so then it had to become, you know, how we do this. Now, I've been living out of town. So a couple of times they've had to call the police on my sister, okay, in order to get her to calm down. Now, in order for her to be compliant, they had to get her to a point where she said, okay, I'm going to go, because they're going to take her to the hospital. But they had to get her to the point where she was willing to go. Because otherwise, hell, she wouldn't have gave a damn. Okay, she wouldn't have gave a. In fact, my mother told me a couple times, she told her, pull your gun, kill me, motherfucker. I want you to. That way I got to deal with this motherfucking bullshit no more. She would go there. Okay. So then they would call me, you know. And I had to calm her down and carrying on to this, that, and the other. And then there was sometimes I would have to go crazy for crazy. Because I'm like, okay, you ain't got papers yet, bitch. I do. Okay. Now you want to go crazy? Because we could do this. You know, we could do this. You know, and it would be a battle, but we would have to get her there. You know. And I'm like, why are you taking your medicine? Because I don't want to take it. I don't like how it makes me feel. I can't do
And that's the number one thing.
Yes. So we had to go through all of that. And then I would have to coax her into it. I said, baby, and by the time, you know, Kevin was born in. So I said, they are going to take your baby from you if you don't show them you know how to do this. And I know you know how to do this. You know, and then I had to, but they gonna come take, and you know, to say that was send her in. I'm like, no, baby, that's what we're not gonna let them do that. That's how come I need you to get right. You know, we need you to do what you got to do to show them that you are a good mother. They don't know that. They don't know that because all they hearing is this. They don't see everything else that you're doing.
Right.
You know, so that's how we had to work with her and work with her. But you talking, this was 20 years ago. Like I said, they'll be 26 this year. So this was 25 years ago, where we are nowhere near where we are today, and we ain't nowhere. Hello. as far as understanding mental illness and stuff and dealing with police officers and shit. You know what I'm saying? So what is it today? Now y'all able to tell me we got all kinds of shit on the news that y'all telling us that, oh, well, you know, this is a mental health issue and we got a crisis response team. Y'all got all this shit in place, but y'all ain't using it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because if you already know it's a mental health issue, no regular cop should be coming to the scene.
That's what.
You should have been doing it only for that, and those who should only show up.
And this is why I don't like the term defund the police, because that's the wrong implication.
Yeah, they need
what
to be
we need
retrained.
Is to we need to resource the police department. We need to give them the resources that they need in order to have folks in place. Y'all need a whole separate train of officers.
Yeah, because the ones who keep coming out the academy now should be properly trained, but they still not. And then the old ones need to be going back through training.
Here's where it is, because my whole thing is this. I think that they need a whole task force that's nothing but mental health trained officers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Police officers that with the extra edge. You got to have.
You got negotiators. If you
I
got
was going to say that. You got to have negotiation skills up in here. Okay, this here. I said this earlier. It was in the.
You know what? I don't give a damn about nobody and what they got to say about this situation. This bitch talking about what they was gonna do. You better act compliant because they're gonna pepper spray you. Bitch, where was your maternal instinct when you said that fuck shit?
Come on.
That shit. Hello.
Come on. Obviously, you been eating coochie all your motherfucking life. You can't make no babies. You know nothing about no motherfucking baby. Because any woman that don't even have a goddamn baby got enough compassion and maternal instinct within her DNA to not say that to no child and to step in and doggone be the mother of that situation.
How about that? Okay, the cheering. Okay, the cheering.
Has Stan talked about this yet?
I think. Wait a minute. Research department. Y'all been following Stan? I don't know. I missed Saturday's show. He might be talking about this coming up. I don't know. I don't remember him talking about this. But nonetheless,
I really was hoping Stan was on here tonight for that.
Okay.
Can y'all send out the signal and see if he up?
Okay. Because he's that there. Is where and then here's the thing, the officer themselves that felt the need to say that, okay, and who actually did it because they ended up pepper spraying that girl. What was your motivation? Okay, what was your motivation to do that? Is it because
that's not going to calm a child down? To threaten more violence is not going to calm a child down. You're going to scare her even more. She's going to get more hype. She's not even going to be able to calm down. Because now she's terrified.
And you saw that she didn't, because remember, was right when she said, I got a bare arm. She said, I'm about to call your dad. She said, but you just said you're going to pepper spray me. And she got all active again. Okay.
So they agitated her. That's what happened. They agitated her in what she was.
Right.
Instead of
and then they don't want to take responsibility.
Let me pull you to the side and be like, okay, what's really going on, to bring her down about 10 notches. But y'all like to use this little blue authority.
Exactly.
So, but wait, let me get this part together though. Was she at home whenever all of this stuff popped up?
Yeah, because the mom called. Yeah, the mom called because she was in crisis.
So wait a minute. And she's in crisis. This means she knows that this kind of thing has happened before, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, so we know she has an issue. If her mother knows she has an issue, there's a team somewhere. There's a team, honey. There is a team. Her doctor.
Her doctors. Hello, right.
There is a response team for that. If your child is receiving mental health treatment, there is what's called a treatment team. And
right.
Now I'm on your ass because that's who the fuck you should have called. Why the fuck would you call the cops on your 9-year-old baby?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, when have we ever known to dial 911 and they really coming to help us?
Right. Okay, that part.
Or did you really think because she was 9, she was exempt? I need to understand this, because your treatment team is set up to be able to help your child, because that treatment plan that has to be done by the doctors, by the nurses, by the counselors, all the people who are involved in creating that treatment team, who knows what to do to de-escalate whatever situation it is.
Exactly.
Who knows, like, if she's triggered by this, we need to do this. That's what that treatment plan is for. It's there for a reason. And that was supposed to be who was called. So
well, you know what?
I'm missing. Somebody is missing something for me.
It
And
sounds
so
like she
the
got
mama
the
and the
best
police.
of her mama. It sounds like she got the best of her mama for her to call the police. That means she had the best of her. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not even disputing that. Sometimes you might have had to knock on her ass. But I still wouldn't have called the cops. I'd have still called the treatment team. I'm just saying. I'd be like, oh, bitch, you ain't crazy today? Okay. Got you. I'm going to get you some help in a minute. But you going to put your little ass down that motherfucking chick. Because the one thing we don't want to do, remember they always say, raise your kids, show your kids what to do before the motherfuckers in blue get them. So we are responsible for that. And I know having a child with mental health issues, it's a lot. What we've been through over this past little bit, over a year now, everybody's stressed out. Everybody is stressed out. Kids are stressed out. Now the old people used to be like, yeah, don't stress. You ain't got no nerves, you ain't got none of that. Well, this is a different time. Kids are stressed the fuck out. They stressed out. They can't go to school and just interact other regular places. They can't go out and play regular places. Not that most of these damn kids go out and play, but y'all know what I mean. They can't go with their friends, even if they just go in another room with their friends to play the game or whatever the fuck they doing. They can't do that anymore. And half of us can't really deal with it. So this is where, and see, then you got to go back to and look at that team, because you know, if you in a certain economic, I'm not saying that her parents or anything is on there, but let's just say, for instance, if they was on Medicaid.
Peach Care don't cover that.
Don't give a fuck. What you say, Rick?
Peach Care don't cover that.
See, that's what I'm about. So they don't give a fuck. So your child will wind up going to the regular doctor, the regular pediatrician, and the pediatrician putting your child on Ritalin and all kinds of other bullshit, trying to calm your child down for you. Whereas a real psychiatrist and a real treatment team can come up with other ways.
Hey, can somebody find me a child psychologist? I need a child psychologist down at the neighborhood clinic that's funded by the YMCA.
Okay. So there's so many different variables to consider here. There should have been a treatment team called. But then if you ain't really got a treatment team, because whatever insurance you got don't cover the treatment team. The mama stressed the hell out, this little girl, but then they're snapping and losing her mind because whatever her little stressors are, whatever trigger her little ass, I don't know. She could be spoiled. Mommy said no, and she was like, not that.
Hey, hello, how you doing today? Welcome to the office. Well, it seems like based on your economical situation, you have to make a choice today. Do you want the food stamps or the medical insurance?
This is my new iPad, so I can't put my avatar up there. I'm gonna just do like this. Y'all know we only want to get started on that healthcare thing. We're gonna keep it on these kids because y'all don't want me to go there. Y'all don't want me to go there. Because 46, if you don't get this shit together real quick, I'm gonna be up on the White House lawn in a minute. Like, sir, you had said, because I see all the stuff is open again, but what about the people who ain't got no money? Technically, I don't work. So how you trying to give me a price, $300-400 to pay for something if I'm telling you I ain't got no job?
But then tell me I don't qualify for Medicaid because I'm 50 and I ain't got no dependents.
Well, that's right, little pickaninny. You're gonna have to learn how to handle your business. I don't understand what you niggas want from us.
Except for that, I done gave y'all my whole goddamn life at work for the government, all kinds of stuff, and now I don't have no insurance.
What does that have to do with the price of oil?
Right. Don't he sound like a politician, y'all? Because that's exactly how they sound. Because they don't give a flying fuck. So there are so many different variables.
The question is mute.
There are so many different variables to when we have to go through this stuff. And the fact that we have to go through this with, you know, what we would say older kids or adults. And now to turn around and know that I got to be scared. Well, we did know that because when the other little boy, they said he was reaching for a gun. He had a damn toy phone or something. How old was he? I forget how old.
I don't know exactly how old he was, but there's so much poverty stricken through the world. But what they hate about our people and our areas is that we make a way out of no way, and that bothers them.
Yeah.
You know, even when they started doggone having the free clinics, seeing these females on the street that was backpaging for a living, they got mad because there was a lot of women. People don't know this. There was a whole underground clan of women that was getting offer services, buying homes and cars. And when they started seeing, they're like, where did these people come with no jobs with a tax bracket? And
they shut Backpage down, didn't
they? They shut Backpage right down.
Sure the fuck did. By the time I knew what Backpage was, they was like, no, mom, they took it down. I said, well, goddamn, y'all just told me what it was.
Yeah, it wasn't about morals and sex.
Like,
it wasn't about morals and sex. It was about people being smart enough to start organizations on what never goes broke. Because one thing in Vegas, two things for sure. Vegas don't shut down. That's why they got whole state business licenses if you want to sell a little cat. So,
well, they done clarified and backed up the Backpage where now it's fans only page. So what they gonna do now?
Because everybody on fans only shit. I don't know. I see people.
And that's my point right there.
People to feet for
but see, Nikki Cupcake, that's the point I'm trying to make. You might have snatched Backpage out of our hands, but guess what? So you mad because you wasn't making no money off of our setups and our doggone things. So guess what? Fans only charge me a fee per month, and you make it up something off the taxes. Now you're making money, and I'm doing what the fuck I want to do because it's my own business, and you can't tell me what to do with it.
Business.
But here it is. That's the catch-22. What it is, you took their rules and regulations and put them in the catch-22 because now, say like if they say, okay, well, open your fans only page for $19.99 a month plus tax. Long as you see plus tax,
it's legit, baby, and I can file
Got your ass. Got your ass.
Child. I mean, there's just, I don't know, yo. Like, the fact is, I don't think I ever wanted to get to where I'm starting to feel numb about some of this shit. Because I don't want to be numb about something that we need to keep on raising our voices about.
Well,
at the end of the day, that was a child.
Since sex sells and it never goes wacko, even with Corona, they had Corona Coochie out there. They started got doggone strippers start buying the outfits with doggone the mask to match. You had a thong up your ass and a mask on your face, and they were both Louis Vuitton.
Well, we know that's the truth because when we went to what you call to Kid Lips, they had the whole fly. The ladies had their outfits, honey, and them guys' masks was matching every damn thing. So yes.
Exactly. So you can't stop it. So I said what I was gonna do is get a little coin up, and I was gonna give me a website, and it's gonna say selling all the pussy you want for $20.99 a month membership fee. You have access to all the pussy you want. Just put it in the description and the address you want to deliver to. And when they doggone do it, because I'm gonna catch me a million motherfuckers that's gonna put an address in and pay it. And when they get their package at their porch, it's gonna be a motherfucking kitten. Good luck.
No. Guys, that's my brother right there. There you go. I knew his ass would show up sooner or later. That motherfucker's he gets on my nerves.
So you get the kit for $29.99 plus tax.
Hey, I didn't say what kind of pussy.
Right. You assumed. You assumed. All right, so y'all. So when the people was having a little press conference at the end, right? I was already done with the bullshit, so I didn't hear what they said. What the fuck did they say? What's the explanation and what's the consequences for the actions, or is it as usual?
First and foremost, let's keep it 100. The consequences that's going on with these cops right now is not even holding no water. You see what happened with them people here with Lisa, with Miss Lance? Mm-hmm. Remember all the stuff that went on over there? Them folks is back at work. And guess who put them back at work? You ready for this?
Who, Governor?
The same board that the black people asked for to vote on them situations against the officers instead of the officers, people voting for them and them not being the same board they put in there that's predominantly doggone black, put them officers right back in office. So tell me they didn't get no money.
Come on.
Tell me you put them crackers that killed the nigga back right in, you put them right back in their jobs, and you beg as a community of people to have this board to make those decisions. When it was time to make the decisions, you put the motherfucking goddamn criminals right back in uniform. Now tell me they didn't get no palm piling up under the table.
We can't never get nowhere as a people because there's always going to be a group of people who would rather care about undermining everything we're trying to do about some money. If you look at any other culture, any other race of people, any other culture, even when they the fuck mad at each other, they put that bullshit to the side to come together for that one cause. We looking for you.
All right, Lee, bring them in.
Stan, can you come up, please?
Stan, can you come holler?
But be them same people that be complaining about what's going on, but you don't never use your voice to even try to get things to change. So you're gonna continuously be comfortable with all this BS and abuse and all this stuff going on, but you don't never understand until it happens with you and one of your families. Then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, you should have been started. That's it.
You ever think about this when we all out there talking about when something happened to somebody, right? The people that mainly be like, oh, they snitching, anything, or oh, you better not snitch, When it happened to somebody in your family, you please just call the police and tell them what happened. No, stand on your shit. Yeah. Stand on your shit. And I'm not saying let it go. But that same gangster mentality when you don't say no, you better stand on it. You better figure it out. You better work it out yourself.
Uh-huh. All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm sorry. One of my children called me not in crisis, but in crisis. Okay.
You okay?
They fine, honey. Just a new experience done happened and didn't know what the hell was going on. So I had to guide and direct. Okay.
Did you send Stan the link? He did.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah,
I need him to make it make sense.
I know. Yeah, I'm
really trying right now. I'm keep looking at you with this football goddamn jersey on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you ain't gonna play no tackle. You might play touch, but you ain't gonna play tackle.
Both. I play both, honey.
Well, here we go.
See, you don't play both.
Nay, thank you for being in
here.
Yes, I do.
I listen. You know what it is? I do what they tell me to do.
Oh, so let me ask you this: are you the quarterback or the tailback?
Both.
I told you before when they asked.
So you actually doggone
does it both?
Play behind the tight end.
See.
What you say?
And sometimes I block for the wide receiver. Now, come on now.
Oh, ain't that a trip?
You started it.
So you winning when you got the ball in your hand.
Me, if need be.
Listen, and I know when to go for the touchdown, and I also know when to let them tackle me.
Oh.
So we get a foul. So we can get the. I know how to stand up to take the hit, how to take the foul, honey. I know. Yeah, I'll take the hit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna blow the whistle and consider that a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Rainbow flag, that is.
Hey, speaking of rainbow, my Valentine's Day people, you know the bears that come out every Valentine's Day made out of roses?
Yes.
They came out of rainbow bear this year with all the different color roses in one bear.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
Oh, it's dope. It's real dope.
Oh, I'm not seeing it. Okay.
Nope,
wait a minute, you can't call Miss Red because she here now. She in here.
She right there. Go ahead, Miss Red. He doing it again.
She in here.
Your punishment.
Your husband.
No, I'm just saying. The fellas wanted to play ball one weekend, so we got out there and everybody lined up. And Meach was the quarterback. So when he put his hands down between the center, he just stayed there.
Because I had 3 balls to deal with, honey. Oh.
I
need a towel or something.
I said, Meach, what are you doing? I said, Meach, what are you doing? Yell hike. He said, if I yell hike, then I got to move my hands.
Right, okay. I had my bun warmer right there, honey. Ooh, okay.
This is what we go through.
Okay.
And poor Nay, she just in the other room.
Yes, Lord. Okay.
I'm gonna start checking on you more now.
This is a cute.
You my sister. I gotta start checking on you more. I gotta check your mental health, girl. I gotta check you.
This is a cute segue to go into the next story that I want to go into.
The first one.
Right. Okay. Now I want y'all to understand this. The headlines read: White man kills black lover, receives 1 year in prison for evidence tampering. You hear what I'm saying? He gets 1 year in prison for evidence tampering. All right, I'm gonna read. A Florida man was sentenced to 1 year in prison after pleading no contest to tampering with evidence in relation to the 2018 death of a black man who investigators believe was his lover. Gardner Frazier claimed self-defense after killing Dominic G.J. Brodus, as Broadus, the second, and was only charged for deleting phone conversations with Broadus after the shooting. Frazier is the son of former Baker County Sheriff's Officer, received 4 years probation in addition to spending a year in a Baker County jail. My son was not the aggressor, the victim's father said. My son went there with flip-flops, $1,000 in his pocket. No way going over there for a fight. The investigators who arrived on the scene, even Baker County, said it didn't even look like there was evidence of a scuffle or anyone had been fighting for their lives. Prosecutors believe Frazier got rid of the victim's phone in an attempt to hide the two men's sexual relationship. According to the reports, 35 texts and 115 phone calls were exchanged between the two, and investigators claim the conversations and images were sexual in nature. While the prosecution argued that Frazier disposed of Brodus' phone after killing him, Frazier's defense team claimed that he immediately contacted police and didn't try to hide the victim's body. The defendant took the actions to get rid of that phone, said Assistant State Attorney Mark Caleo. Where is it? We don't know, Your Honor. To this day, only one person knows where DJ Brodus' phone is. That's Gardner Frazier. the victim's father expressed his disappointment in Fraser's sentences, saying, "They're trying to feed us crumbs. We're all disappointed because we know what the real charge should be, if not manslaughter, then murder in the first degree." Okay, now that's how this story reads. Okay, there is a YouTube video where Mr. Brodus Sr., the guy's father, he says that it has been shown that the boy did not call the police first. He called his sister. He called his dad. Then he called the police.
Because his dad probably told him, call the police.
No, because his dad told him what to do. He's a former sheriff's county deputy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Because your daddy is who he is.
Who he is.
Your daddy told you what the fuck to do. That's why you called them first.
Right. So what they said was, the dad said that in all of this time, the prosecution never even went in to offer or to suggest that they should try him for murder. That was never even put on the table. That was never put on the fucking table. I said, how do you have a dead body and nobody put murder on the table? Not even to discuss it. Y'all didn't even go manslaughter. Y'all didn't put murder on the table at all. And we got a dead man here. And you talking about it was self-defense? The father said they claimed that it was a scuffle. He said neither body had mud on them. They didn't have mud on their shoes. They didn't have nothing. He said my son was shot execution style because he had 2 bullets in the back of his goddamn head, his neck. He was shot 4 times. He had 2 in the back of his head. He said that ain't no motherfucking self-defense. As you
wait. He was shot 4 times.
He was shot 4 times.
Where was the other 2 at?
I got to listen to the thing again because I think he was shot like in the chest or something, and 2 in the back of the head.
He got shot. Well, I'm gonna tell you, it sounds like to me. Okay, scuffle, maybe slick scuffle, maybe not scuffle, maybe words pass. Boom, boom. Take off running, breathing hard because you got shot twice in the frontal torso, and this motherfucker runs up behind you in the back of your head. And say, "I caught you, motherfucker."
And boom,
and let 2 go in the back of your head.
Even just that's murder all day. That's murder all day. You did not even offer that as anything. Only thing they put on the table was evidence tampering because he erased the stuff. Now the father did say the victim father. He said, yes, the son, the accuser. No, what that's the wrong word. That's the wrong. What you call him? What you call him? I would call him the defendant. That's not the word that I'm trying to say. But the defendant had told his dad and told the police officer when they got there that this was a practical joke gone wrong. A practical joke gone wrong. Okay. Now, having said that, the victim's father said that they're known to do practical jokes on each other. Okay. And said that his son had told the white boy that he was going to out him and blah, 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 blah. You know, it was some kind of thing. And as some black guy had pictures of him in his underwear, blah, 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 blah. They was going to out him. That was a practical joke. They had cut off communication after that because the white boy got mad. Okay.
You killed him because he was going to out you.
Okay. And it was supposedly a practical joke. So then the father also said, he said, where this house is, he said, not even some of the damn sheriff's officers knew that there was a house on this back road. He said, this is not an address that you just gonna have to call. Somebody had to lead you there. So it's not like he accidentally went over there. He was told to come over here. Okay. Oh, they never introduced murder as a possibility. And that boy only got 1 year in jail for evidence tampering for killing this boy. Come on up in here, Stan.
My son sitting there supposedly for the rest of his life for something that all evidence proved he didn't do. And you know that this boy did this. And you get evidence tampering because your dad used to be a sheriff, nigga. We know what this is all about. This ain't about nothing but about who your daddy used to be. That you were white and who your daddy used to be. You were scared that he was going to out your ass for being gay, and you killed him. An accident is y'all tussling. He had his head on something. I know fucking 2 bullet shots in the back of his head.
In the back of his head?
How it is any 2 bullet shots in the back of somebody's head ever an accident? When?
When? Now, here's the thing, because this happened on February 3rd, 2018, that this boy was killed. This baby just got sentenced. What was it, a couple of days ago? He just got sentenced just
so
recently.
He had time served, right?
I don't even know about that. They just, I think he's gonna do. I don't know. The thing of it is, he only got a year and then 4 years probation, but he's
unless
only
unless they let him out on bail the whole time. If he was locked up, then he got time served. Because he'd been locked up, he would have been locked up more than the time that they gave him. If this happened in 2018.
Right. I don't think he was locked up at all. I don't think he was locked up at all because, like I said, the father said that there's evidence. They found the boy's phone, and the evidence said he did not call the police first. He called his sister first. Then he called his dad. Then he called police.
And they don't see nothing wrong with that.
Oh, they know.
And the only thing they charged him with was evidence tampering because he had erased the messages and shit and the pictures from the phone.
Oh no. So he really hiding.
Stan, I need you. Stan.
You hear me? So wait a minute, before you start, Stan, this is where this is, because see, this is where I need the alphabet children to come up. See, y'all want to talk about the goddamn bathroom and bullshit. Y'all want to talk about pronouns and bullshit. See, right now, everybody needs to go down there to Florida. What county is it? Baker County. Where the fuck is Baker County? Let me look up. Research department, tell me where Baker County is in Florida. Because that's who y'all need to go down there. We need to go down there to that motherfucking department, to the DA department. And that's what we need to target. Because see, now the crime is already set. Now they got civil shit that they can do. But now that
but they never charged them with murder, so it's not double jeopardy.
And that's what it is, because the dad is like, no, we're moving further. We got to find out if there's any federal charges we can come up with or whatever, and they're trying to do something civil. But no, murder is they got to get murder on there. That boy stepped up there and he murdered that child. He murdered him. And now the son, Mr. Brodus, the second, the boy that killed him, he left a son behind. He was 31 years old. A little baby, left a son.
Still a baby.
You know, and carrying on. So now, what I need from my community, because this is straight up us. I don't need to be talking about goddamn call me he, she, we, they, or whatever the case may be. I need us to get down here and go fuck that motherfucking damn prosecution up. Why the DA didn't go for murder? Why the fuck didn't you go for murder?
They ain't even say crime of passion.
They didn't say nothing.
You got goddamn tampering with evidence?
Evidence tampering. I don't even make sense to me. How do we have a dead body? Y'all don't even explain to me how
where you plead guilty to a lesser crime.
Well, apparently they never put it on the table for him to plead guilty to something lesser. They never put any type of murder thing on the table, period.
Or is the population down there small enough to do what the hell they feel like?
Interesting. Now that okay. How about that? Okay, how about that? This
Research.
is
Yeah,
Some
we got to
research
get
on the
on
account.
this.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm angry about it. I got a lot on my plate, my shoulders right now that I'm really twisted about. But I want to hear from Mr. Mason on this subject. But I don't want him to. I'm being fair because I respect the man's show. But I want him to give us the tea on this situation without ruining his show coming up.
Oh no, bro. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Oh, I didn't know you about to do a show on this, man.
Oh yeah, we're gonna tear that up. We've been on it. We're gonna stay on it. You know, my initial response is, why are we outraged? Why are we all shocked? Let me ask you this. Where's Kyle Rittenhouse right now? Nobody knows where he is.
There we go.
Okay. What about the lady who stormed into the Capitol and stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop? Last time I checked, that's breaking and entering. The judge let her go home to her mommy. Never mind, she's 23 years old.
Oh, and she also asked to go on vacation. How about that?
Well, that's another lady. And that lady's actually from Midland, Texas, and was actually running for mayor. I got her sound clip from when she tried to run for mayor 2 years ago. We're going to play that on the show. But this lady had the audacity before. She's been indicted now on federal charges, but she wanted to go to Mexico on vacation. A Trump supporter wanting to go to Mexico, right? How you going to get past the wall? But what I say that and preface that with, I've listened to everybody's comments, but as Black people, we shouldn't be shocked at any of this. We can still continually marvel at the ignorance and arrogance of the people who do this. But then I have to come back and say, where are all of our so-called leaders at? Who should be in the gap, you know, in this? And we continually, in which we did good with voting, and I got to go back to voting because what gets me with some of us is that we don't want to vote. Well, guess what? When you don't vote, guess what else you don't do? You don't get jury duty. And then when we get that, we spend more time trying to get out of jury duty.
How many times I've
been
been
doing it?
that?
And then the first thing we do is want to complain that it was an all-white jury. Well, if the Black folks didn't want to be there, and made an excuse to get out. And see, when you don't vote, your chances of being picked for jury duty, some states it's by driver's license and ID, but you're not going to be on that jury. You know, we don't have the inside information. I talk on my show all the time is we suffer from selective outrage. You know, we don't avail ourselves of the system. I would say to many people who listen to my show probably, and this one too, that if I said, well, who is your police chief right now? What's their name? They couldn't even say. If I said, who's the sergeant that's over the district where your house is on the afternoon shift, for the midnight shift, for the night shift, that one sergeant, most people couldn't even say. If I said, name me 10 people in the police department, most people couldn't even say. If I said, well, how many Black officers are in your department? Most people couldn't even say. So when we don't, our outrage can be justified. But if we don't have any type of a framework where we're learning how this system works, this system isn't broken. It's actually functioning like it was designed to do. But because we become selectively outraged, no one Black is asking where Kyle Rittenhouse is. You know, we just, in 1995, 1 million men marched on Washington, D.C., 1 million Black men, and no cops were killed. A cop was killed when the MAGA cop killers went there, but
come on, Stan.
Nobody in that has been charged with that murder yet. So, you know, these people who went into the Capitol committed felonies. Now in America, we don't have a terrorism law where we can charge American citizens with terrorism. That's something they've gone back and forth with since 9/11, and you know they haven't instituted it. But at the same time, while I would like to see that law, and a lot of us advocate for that law, you know, we have to be conscious of what history has shown us about America and its enforcement of law, which I believe that's what we're talking about right now. If we introduce that type of a legislation, what would have happened if we had that mechanism in place when Dr. King was here and when Malcolm was here? See, so we have to say the law in itself may be good, but as long as we have a practice of law, whether it's in the streets or the courtroom, that's inconsistent with morals, what is ethically right, and what you know to be right from your spirit. That is where the ball is getting dropped. Is if it's not on the street, it's in the courts. You know, we had what's his name? The young gentleman that spent 3 years in Rikers Island. You know, for allegedly stealing a backpack that Khalif Browder, that he said to the time he committed suicide, I never did it. He spent 3 years in Rikers Island, which was longer than he would have spent if he would have been sentenced. He was there waiting on a trial because his family didn't have the $3,000 for bond. Okay. And then you let a woman who went up in the Capitol, stole Nancy Pelosi's computer, allegedly, threatened to sell it to the Russians, and you let her go home to her mom. Every one of those, the only Trump supporters that I know of that are still in jail down there is that brother, and he need to stay in there.
Okay.
You know, but I'm absolutely not shocked at this. I'm not shocked by shoddy.
I just don't understand. Like, I'm just like, the shock part. Remember I just said earlier, Nay, I said, at the point when you are numb to all of this, not shocked, I'm still like, we still doing this.
But
it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing.
But we all see it to some degree every day. It doesn't always necessarily be a ticket or an arrest or a murder or even a confrontation with police. Let's get to what we're really talking about is systemic racism within the justice system, which is something all of us are dealing with in some aspect, shape, form, or fashion every day of our lives, somewhere, not always with the police or with the courts. So I think with being Black in America, oftentimes say, as James Baldwin said, to be Black in America and relatively conscious is to walk around in a state of rage. And that is true because we have to actually carry our phones. Now, never one of us on here is concerned with the call waiting and how many. We carry a phone. The first thing we worried about is how clear is the video.
Yep.
Right? Because we carry a phone to communicate second, but to document first. That's how we have to live our lives. We wake up in the morning and consult social media, not always out of fashion tips, because y'all don't have to look forward to see I have no fashion sense, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. But, we wake up and we have to be conscious of where can I go? What can I not wear? I'm 6'4". I can be killed because somebody is uncomfortable with me just being there. Being Black in America today is exhausting. It is mentally draining and it is physically exhausting just to exist. I have friends that say, man, I want to come to Atlanta, Georgia. I said, no, don't get it twisted. Atlanta is Atlanta. Georgia still got a lot.
Georgia is a whole different situation
to work out with. I came from Texas. Texas is a lot bigger than Dallas, Houston, Austin, Fort Worth, and San Antonio. There's a whole lot of racist miles in between Dallas and Houston.
Okay.
Whether you're dealing with some of the police officers or whether you're dealing with some of the citizens. So America needs to take a snapshot of itself. And I think 2021 is really showing already, people say, well, 74 million people voted for Donald Trump. Did that surprise you? No, that doesn't surprise me. Because we all walk around in this world every day. When you walk in the store, if there's 50 people in that store, 40 of them are watching you.
Right.
If they don't look like you, let's just be real about it. And that is how we live in America.
Ones to, like, now, even y'all know all my kids are grown. I tell them for any reason, if you get pulled over, everybody got iPhones now. Y'all tell Siri to FaceTime me or your father before they can even get out their car. And you turn that motherfucker around.
You know what? Actually, don't do that. What the advice I give people is, number one, we got money for Air Jordans and nails and weaves and all these things that accent the physical self, but we do little to protect the physical self. You don't want anything in your hands. I worked midnight shift for 25 years.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they wouldn't be up on the thing.
But invest the money in a dash cam. They don't cost that much. If you got $5,000 for 4 rims and too dumb to buy a spare in case you get a flat, a dash cam will run you $150 $200 that'll turn 180. So you could turn that, if you get pulled over, you could turn that camera to where it can see you and can see that officer in the window.
It don't cost that much. Meech, how much is yours?
I got mine for what, 59?
And that's what we need to do.
1080.
And don't say
1080 and it's 360.
And the ones that you want to get, that I suggest you get, if you got to pay a little more, you pay a little more. You want one, that records in the little SD chips, but you want one that loop records. It'll go about an hour and it'll loop record. You want one that constantly shows your GPS location, the date, the time, and the speed you're traveling. So when they pull you over and say, we clocked you going 50. You can say, well, I just left my house 20 minutes ago. I haven't gone over 35 miles an hour. I'm not going to say anything. Write the ticket. And when we get to court, I'm going to play my dash camera. I'm not going to tell them I got a video. Why am I going to say that? Because you know what? By the time I get out of jail and they just search my car, the video's not going to be there.
Period.
Right. When we're videoing you, when we stop you, when we turn on our lights, the dash camera in our car comes on. Okay, that camera's recording you. When that, and at least the way Waco was set up, but I got to give our citizens credit. We had an A1. Our body camera system was serious. When the dash cam came on, your body camera automatically came on. Any officer within 25 feet of it, if they pass my car going down the road, when they pass my car, their body camera's going to come on. Our citizens paid so much for our body cameras that we had another sensor in them to where if somebody turned their taser on, not pulled the trigger, just turn the power on. When you turn that power on, everybody's body camera within 15 or 20 feet comes on. So there's no body camera.
Right.
It all comes on. But see, these are things citizens need to ask these questions. And I'm going to give ups to the Waco citizens because we could have gotten that basic government assisted body camera. But our citizens said no. And the officers said, no, we want more because guess what? That camera's going to catch more citizens lying on officers than it is officers lying on citizens. That's the truth. So, the cameras are great. And some things, since we got to that, some things you want to look out for when you see two police cars parked like this. How we pull up and talk to each other, and you see the hoods up. They're not broke down. That's sort of the case. The dash cam comes on, can't nobody see where they're at.
Oh, okay.
And you do want to ask when you are stopped, you can ask, is this being recorded for my safety and yours? Yeah. There's a lot of things that happen. There's a thing called a ghost stop. And y'all don't know what a ghost stop is. But what a ghost stop is, you see some of these videos to where when the officer walks up, the person is automatically agitated and aggravated and crazy. What a ghost stop was, it's harder to do now with the body cameras, but what they used to do is they would pull you over and then turn the camera off.
Right.
Walk up to the car, get you agitated. Don't ask for your driver's license, your insurance. They just call your name, get you agitated, and then say, wait here till I come back. They go back to the car, turn the camera on, then walk back up. Sir, I need to see you drive. Now you cussing and acting a fool. So what that video is going to show is just that the officer walked up and you were acting crazy. That's called a ghost stop.
Interesting.
It's difficult to do now because, like I said, with the advent, if your department has body cameras, then people listening, you need to contact your department and say, if they have Axon, AXON, that's what we had. To me, they're the best. If our department has body cameras, how much are the features to where if one taser comes on, everybody's taser within 25 feet comes on, or body camera comes on? If a car is pulled over on the side of the road and another officer pulls up, that officer's body cameras are automatically going to come on. That was Waco. Now, state troopers or anybody else has somebody pulled over, wouldn't. And review that body camera policy. Because a lot of these things, like what you guys are talking about, what was done, why was this person not charged with this and that, we have to really go back to what is the evidence at the scene, and that includes video also. what is being said. And sometimes with video, even when we're in a situation where we got our phone in our hands and we're stopped, we're so worried about the image of showing. What's seen is not as important as what's being said.
Right.
And then stop cussing and screaming and acting a fool because we can't hear what's being said.
Right.
Just little tips.
What about your thoughts on the little girl situation?
Which one?
The 9-year-old.
The little 9-year-old.
Pepper spray.
You know.
And the threat of telling her, if you don't stop, we're gonna pepper spray. She's 9, and you telling her you acting like a child.
What disturbs me with this stuff is that it's always the same demographic of children.
Okay.
Always. You know, let's go back to the swimming pool incident. The pool party.
The pool party.
You know, and so and this is not, I don't expect policing. I did 25 years in it, and I can tell you, there are some good men and women in there that want to make a difference, but that profession is so resistant to change. They don't want to change. And you have so many cities that depend on arrest for money in the budget. That's a fact. You know, whether it's ticket revenue, whether it's bonds, everybody that you know on probation, if you talk to them, they pay a probation fee to the county. Well, I mean, you know, it's revenue generating, and a lot of cities need that revenue generated. So, you know, there's not a drive of cultural diversity training, de-escalation training, conflict resolution, mediation. These things are not given to officers, and they're not things that officers should take. My department had basic things that we had to take, but then also officers were allowed to look through and just pick a course they wanted to go to training on.
Yes.
So what do young guys want to go take? I want to go take tactical SWAT shooting, or, you know, where they may need conflict resolution.
They want to learn how to use their baton.
Everything that's important to the job should be mandatory. Period.
But if we did, if I agree, but I also say this in defense of what a lot of officers make is while we may be the highest paid city employees, short of your city managers and all that, your police and your fire, there's not a city in America that could afford to pay the officer the equivalent of what you expect him or her to do out there, from being a counselor to a medic to being for all the things that they do. And I'm talking about the ones to do it right, not the ones that just put on a uniform and go out there. And
this is what makes me so upset, because it's like we got money to do every damn dumbass thing else.
If you want good police officers, you got to pay for them. You're going to have to pay. Look at Dallas PD right now. Dallas PD is 12 or 1,300 officers short because their retirement system sucks. Their equipment is raggedy. I know, because I went up and rode with Nick one day. You know, the officers are overworked. The pay sucks. I made more as a Waco police officer than a Dallas officer made. You know, and I didn't have to deal with half the headaches and traffic. And most of the Dallas officers left and they went to Arlington and all the satellite cities that are paying more. So, you know, the city has to understand if public safety is what you want, then you have to, number one, recruit a lot better, because white supremacy is throughout policing. We see that. We know that. You know, I've been preaching that on the show for 4 years, and people said he's crazy. Well, we saw that at the Capitol. You know, and so I'm not surprised when we get situations like you guys were talking about, when we have your Khalif Browder cases and you have all these other things, because you also have a demographic of that in the courts, from the attorneys up to the judges.
Let me ask this. What does it take for the city and the state departments to work hand in hand? What has been your experience with that? Because for the lack of officers that a lot of cities end up having, why is it that the counties and the damn state officers who end up having more power because they're bound, they have a large territory? Why aren't they given the assistance or whatever of what's happening, or are the jurisdictions different?
Because when you're dealing with policing, you're dealing with a male ego-driven profession. where I don't need any help. Everybody wants credit. You know, Dallas did a thing when their manning got so low, the state troopers in Texas actually came and were working Dallas. Well, they weren't answering calls, they're writing tickets, because what do state troopers usually do? They write tickets, do DWIs, and work recs. You know, so you can't try to take a state trooper and make them a street officer that deals with a myriad of things. It's just, it doesn't mix well. And so you were having a lot of tickets getting handed out and a lot of dissension. Well, the state pulled back. I think that you can't say we're losing 1,200 officers, but yet you have the same leadership structure in place, whether it's within the police department, whether it's your city council, or whether it's your mayor. You lost 1,200 officers under these people's watch. There's obviously a problem somewhere. It's not the officers. So until we figured that much of it out and unravel it, you can't just reform policing. You've got to reform, whether it's your city council, your special interests, which have more sway in many communities than the citizens do. And special interest, I'm talking about your rich people. And most of them ain't black.
Okay, let's go here. Okay, so if that's the case, whenever police departments get sued, and for those that settle in, those who go for the 2.5 mil and all these high settlements, does that come out of the police budget or does that come out of the city's budget? Because where does that money come from? Because every time we turn around, they always talk about, we ain't got no money for this, we ain't got no money for that. But yet every time we turn it around, we hear something stupid like, oh, they done pay for this for this goddamn ball or something stupid. And yet, you know, we have this lawsuit here, we have this lawsuit here. Why are they not protecting the city or themselves so that these lawsuits won't be so vast and so common?
Depending on the size of the city, your larger cities, they have an insurance, pretty much like you got car insurance. And so that's what eats that cost up. Their little premium may go up, but that's the problem when they talk about where, you know, giving the officers, you know, that shield of protection, you know, to where they can't be sued. I think that when officers have to become liable for a percentage of some of these lawsuits based upon their conduct that put the city at risk, then I think you would see a lot of that change. But as long as they're going to shield the officers, and then once again, you're talking about your police unions now, who are the most powerful unions in this country. It ain't the steel workers and all that. It is the police unions.
Oh, they in the teachers union.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about the Black Police Officers Associations either. I'm talking about the major police unions.
Okay, now let's go here, because see, all of our stories today, and I haven't gone into this 15-year-old yet. I know you touched it, I think. The 15-year-old that was killed last week by the 12, the 13, and 2 14-year-olds that was on live, where they stole the knife and stabbed that baby in the Walmart on her 15th birthday. And understanding insurance and understanding how they assess all of this, and understanding egos and ego tripping. What is it that the citizens need to do to rally to have better officers? Because we hear, you know, the folks that in their feelings and carrying on, except that say we quickly say they need better training, and now that's become a buzzword. Oh, they need to be trained better. But what do we mean by that when we say better training? What is it that the people or the citizens need to rally for better officers and better execution of the laws, so that we don't have to police our damn cities? Because right now it's a piss poor ass. The circle is we got gaps and weak links in the circle,
Meech, it goes back to what I said earlier, man. It's not the police officer themselves. It's the system. It's the ones above them. When you put a program together, I don't care where you're at. Let's say we just start caveman. If you doggone put a program together, and then the program has doggone just black and white, no gray areas, and they follow suit to that, then only then you will have some form of perfection. You can never be perfect. And that's what I meant by these officers need the program, the way they need to be programmed, or should I say they ways they move. Like I said, it should never be reactive. It should be proactive. I listened to the stories that Stan have said about when he was policing and the way that he handled. Remember all the situations that he talked about? Right. The way that he approached a lot of situations, yeah, he had some doggone some grit because they looking at him in uniform as well, going, and for like it's like, don't rub it like that, slam it like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm just that's my. But at the end of the day, like I said, my main thing and my main concern is when are they gonna teach officers or come up with a program that are gonna make it where they learn how to be proactive.
I think when me said, what can the citizens do? And I think, to me, what more can we expect the citizens to do?
Right.
We tell them we're having a community meeting. They're getting babysitters, cooking dinner later, leaving work early. They're there. They never get the microphone because the chief and the city council and the assistant chief and all these people take up the time talking. Then the facilitator, who's usually Reverend somebody, wants to, we're having a fish fry. I hope everybody comes out to that. All that nonsensical stuff. Now, the citizens have fulfilled theirs. I would say to the citizens, there's nothing great about me. I wasn't a great officer. I had those people in that community who knew me personally, and they backed me. When a lot of people I worked with for 25 years turned their back when I started speaking up on policing, those citizens, black and white, stood right next to me because they knew Stan. So that motivates that officer to be the best he or she can be. And then the payoff is when I went to trials, guess what? The jury was made up of what? Citizens, not officers. So that part of it, I think that citizens just find the one or two officers that you like and get everybody to start supporting and backing them. That builds their confidence. When we get back to training, I said this to an officer and he kind of got twisted the wrong way because I don't think he was understanding what I was saying. I said, when you tell me that we need better training, when you tell me that we need these new philosophies of training, I say, every chief says that after a shooting, we're going to do more training. And I'm saying, you're obviously good at what you do because it's the same type of people that keep getting shot. If it was a training problem, there would be white folks and Hispanic folks. It's not a training issue. Nobody got shot January 6th, but the one lady going through the window.
Right.
So that tells me when to apply
the
training that you get. It's not the training, it's the equal application of it. We're not arguing about law and order. We're not arguing about the presence of policing. We are questioning the application of policing and law and order, spirit of the law or letter of the law. Which one do you want to do?
This is the thing. This is what always got me when we talk about the training part. A white officer and a black officer get the same training, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of a sudden, white officer, when you in a lower income, urban, people of color neighborhood, you were so scared.
Yeah.
But that black officer who working in the upper class, go there and handle his. I don't hear about them just shooting people as soon as they see the person there could be cussing them out, calling them all kinds of niggas and all kinds of shit. Their life, they might actually be fearing for their life, but I don't hear about them shooting them all the damn time.
Well, the perfect example was, let's look at what we saw January 6th. That brother was facing down that mob by himself. When he was up here doing this, he's talking on his radio. He's not scratching his shoulder. Now, we watched him go up 3 flights of stairs where he was all of a sudden met by 4 white officers who were standing up there with their hands in their pockets. Why did you come down to where he was? They didn't come to where he was. He had to hold off a mob and try to back him. And then, but then I say, this is we're brothers. We're all one big blue family. That's where I drop a bullshit flag. Because if we're that much of a family, then why did you go down the 3 flights of stairs and help your brother that was down there trying to hold off?
He was trying to run for his damn life.
So it's I would say this, Mitch. People call your police department and ask this question: what direction of training does the department have? If you look at a compass, it's got 4 directions. You can't be going north and south at the same time. There is call-driven policing. There's reactive policing. There's problem-solving policing, and there's community policing. Those are the 4 types of policing.
Wait a minute.
I'm going to give it to you again, Mitch. Call-driven policing is nothing more. That's what they do in LA. It's what they do in Houston, Dallas, Atlanta. They get in, that computer screen is full of calls. And that officer's just going to run calls the whole shift. They don't have time to write tickets. They don't have time to do anything. They're trying to clear the screen. That's call-driven policing. Okay? Reactive policing is the guys are going to go out and they're going to handle calls. But they're going to pull this car over here or take time out to do something else. They're reacting to what they see. They're not proactively doing anything. They're just working their calls and then they're reacting to something they saw. Okay? Then you have problem-oriented policing. That one is tricky because it's a lot of y'all have been sold that you think your department is doing community policing. They're not. They're doing problem-oriented policing. And what that is, if all of us on here are a neighborhood and Red has a problem, I come and work in depth with Red on Red's problem, whether it's setting Red up with counseling or how to do a budget or getting, EBT card, whatever I have to do to help him. But it doesn't help the rest of you at all. It doesn't impact your quality of life at all, but it helps him. Then you have community policing, to where I say, Meech, you know more about this than I do. Go help Red. Let me know when you hit a snag. I'll get some city resources. And you work. Now we're all working together to solve Red's problem. Then we'll get to Meech's neighborhood, and then we'll move to Nikki's. And that is community policing. Stan's not running it. I'm working with you and saying, I have these resources. Let's try this or try that. I like community policing, but I say that to say that when you don't have a directive from the chief who says we are doing call-driven or we're doing community policing, you've got officers on the street. This guy's trying to do community policing. This guy's doing call-driven policing over here. This guy's over here doing reactive policing. And that's why you see the citizens go, well, officer so-and-so didn't do it like this. Why are you doing it that way? Because the officers don't know. They just go out there and tell them save the world. And they don't know how. Most of them don't even know the 4 types of policing. I just gave them to you. Your audience knows more than some of these guys that are riding around in a car right now. Because that stuff isn't taught in the academies anymore. Google also Sir Robert Peel, P-E-E-L-E. He's the father of modern day policing. He wrote the 9 tenets of policing. They're called the Peelian Principles. And this guy wrote basically our 10 commandments. It was taught when I went through the academy. It's not even taught anymore. It's not taught anymore. And he was so profound. He was like a white James Baldwin of policing. I believe I want to say it was in 1826 that he wrote it. But he said that people always say you should respect the police. And he said it's not incumbent upon the citizens to respect the officer. It's the officer's obligation to earn the citizens' respect.
Believe that.
That's gone. Something as simple as that from the 1800s is gone.
What's the name of the book again?
Sir Robert Peel, P-E-E-L-E. And he wrote, you'll see it when you put it in there, it'll say father of modern day policing, and you'll see it say Peelian Principles. Or you just put 9 principles of policing, and you'll see his name pop up. Robert Peel. That's why English police are called bobbies after him. He actually constructed their
I never knew that. Okay, that's fine. Got it. Okay, cute. Cute. Okay, cute. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a little commercial break right here.
Lord, y'all know we need it.
Let's take a little commercial break right here because I got to get into this 15-year-old. Okay,
and thank you, Stan, for coming in and breaking down some of this stuff for us.
Okay.
Y'all know I got you.
Oh.
All right, children. We'll be right back. We gonna be right back in a few moments, child.
After these men.
In these pages, I am indeed Cicely the actress, who has been blessed to grace the stage and screen for 6 decades. I am an observer of human nature and the dreamer of audacious dreams. And here in my 9th decade, I am a woman who at long last has something meaningful to say.
Be bold, be unique, be the tea, with a unique body oil fragrance from the Sensuality Fragrance Collection. The Sensuality Collection embodies a unique array of customized original scents created by Big Meech. Indulge yourself in such fragrances as eye candy, foreplay, anticipation, shower fresh, naked beauty, or pay homage to the motherland and choose an oil from our exclusive Wakanda collection. Over 17 different scents that will tantalize your senses. Order yours today. Log on to www.dishingtea.com for more information. Because remember, it's all about the tea. Sensuality, that is. Attention all business owners. Use your advertising dollars here. Looking to reach a more diverse audience for your products and your services? Well, this is the platform for you. Dishing Tea Entertainment welcomes all businesses who wish to expand their brands and looking for clientele that's more than grown and sexy, but also the seasoned and sophisticated. For more information on how this spot can be yours, contact Big Meech at 404-914-5610 or go to our website at www.dishingtea.com.
One. Hi everybody, I'm Lily and today I want to share my book with the whole entire world. Thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Have you tried Big Rob Popcorn? It's a wonderful anytime snack that everyone will love. Available in 3 flavors. Grown and Sexy, which is the perfect mix of cheddar, cheese, and caramel. Sugar Shack, a fruitful flavored mix of watermelon and apple. So delicious and good. How about spicy butter and white cheddar? Everyone loves it. That's why it's called good. All Big Rob snacks are manufactured in a FDA-approved facility and flash sealed for freshness, safety, and worldwide delivery. To order, call or text 937-367-8650. That's 937-367-8650. Or contact Big Rob via Instagram at HeyBigRob. As the holidays approach, take advantage of the holiday special. Purchase more than 2 bags and receive a free CD. Call or text 937-367-8650 to place your order now. Big Rob Popcorn, the perfect snack that you will love. It's so delicious.
We're not asking for your permission.
We're not seeking your approval. We're claiming what's ours in the name of our ancestors. We are their answered prayers. This is more than a movement. This is a revolution. Black innocence. What are yours today?
The views and opinions expressed here on Dishing Tea TV are strictly those of the hosts and guests of this program. They do not reflect the views and opinions or governing actions of any of the sponsors or affiliates of Dishing Tea Entertainment, Artist First Entertainment, Big Guy ENT, Atlanta Hot Radio, Black GDP TV, or Diversity TV. Your viewing and listening discretion is advised.
All right, and we are back. Let's go to some of the comments that we have up here. Folks are coming in. The princess says, I feel like, no, this is Leah. No, this is the other Leah. I'm thinking you're okay. I feel like as Black people, we're not looked at as human beings. Some white folks think we're not human. Ain't that sad in this particular day and age that we still feel that way? Research department says the Axon body camera is designed to record events in real time for secure storage, retrieval, and analysis via the evidence.com services or in an offline configuration to your local computer. Price of an Axon body camera is $699 with an extra battery being $30 each. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's see.
The bike or is that for your car?
Huh?
That was the body cameras. You know, she was asking about the cars. I'll post up some pictures of the one I got. There's several out there that are good. As long as it turns 180 degrees, you can turn it. Because when that officer comes up, you don't want nothing in your hands. No purses, no phones. Because a phone looks like a gun. And people say the phone can't look like a gun. At night, when you're walking up to a car and somebody has their phone and they turn like this with it, that's the same thing somebody would do with the gun. So you don't want nothing in your hands. Right.
Okay. Now let's go here because, yeah. This particular story, what I want to do, because here's something that I wrote up. You know, when I did the write-up for the show that's on the YouTube page, I mean the Facebook page. This here is how I wanted to get into this. How do you tell a parent that their teenage child is responsible for a murder? How does a parent get over the loss of a child, especially when it was at the hand of another child? Why have we let gang-like activity become rites of passages for our children? Did we ever teach our children about peer pressure? Did we equip our children with the necessary tools so they can handle life on life's terms? Let's go into this. I'm gonna read this story. There was a YouTube video up, but it's number one, it's too long. Number two, they had to blur it out and carry it on because it was heinous. Okay.
Sorry, Nay.
This is in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Okay, and this is dated this just happened a few days ago. What's the date? January 25th. Okay. A teenage girl was stabbed to death in a Louisiana grocery store over the weekend in a violent incident involving 4 other minors. The incident occurred around 7:30 p.m. Saturday at the Calcasey Parish Sheriff's Office. Said the Calcasey Parish Sheriff's Office said in a statement on Facebook when the fight took place between 5 teenage girls, ages 12 to 15, at a Walmart on Highway 14 in Lake Charles. The girls had allegedly stolen knives from the store, which were used to stab the 15-year-old. She was taken to a local hospital where she was succumbed to her injuries. The fight possibly began at a movie theater before culminating in the stabbing at the Walmart, Chef Deputy Gullery said to the news station KPLC. The other 4 girls, 2 13-year-olds, a 12-year-old, and a 14-year-old, were arrested and booked into the juvenile detention center, the sheriff's office said. One of the girls was charged with second-degree murder, and the other 3 were charged with principal to second-degree murder. The Caucasian Parish Sheriff Tony Mancuso said in a press conference Sunday that this is the 3rd instance of a homicide involving juveniles in the past 6 months, calling the uptick in crime amongst minors a parenting issue. There is nothing we can do. There is not something we can police our way out of, Mancuso said. I just don't feel like this is a police matter. This is a parenting issue. Mancuso said the investigators have footage of the stabbing and other details found on the girls' social media accounts and urged parents to monitor their children's online activities more closely. He also said that the parish's already in place curfew would be more strictly enforced. It's out of control and we have to do something about it, he said. The investigation is ongoing and anyone with information is encouraged to call the sheriff's department. All right. Let's unpack this. Unpack a few adjectives, children.
Meech, I agree with the sheriff. I agree with everything he said, because we can't say on one side we want the police out of our lives, get out of my house, and then the next minute we want the police to be babysitters. Now, I'm saying this from my personal experience. We had a curfew in Waco, and you could stop some of these poor kids, black or white, didn't matter. And the parents can't afford the curfew ticket. What's the easiest thing for me? Write them a ticket, take them home. You could call the parent on the phone and say, come get your child so I don't have to write a ticket. Why I got to get up and come out and get him? You can't bring him here?
God damn it, right there.
See, but the problem is you write the ticket. The judge could very well say, well, I'll just hold the ticket in suspension, then the kid becomes responsible for it later. But it still wasn't going to change the fact that told me what kind of family that child was in. And it also explained to me why that child is in the street. When it's a male who is going to run into a negative contact with police and be shot or locked up, or it's a female who is going to show up sex trafficked somewhere else or dead in an alley. Okay? Because these parents today have 3-year-olds walking around with a diaper, holding up the diaper in one hand and an iPhone in the other. These parents today do not parent. The school has become daytime daycare, and the police are nighttime daycare. And then you don't like the way we police your children, which certainly not every officer, but most of these officers are providing guidance that is firm that the parents should be doing. Every time we bring your child home to you from a dangerous situation, instead of saying, why are you messing with my kid? Why didn't you have to mess with them drug dealers? You didn't even know your kid was out of the house and it's 3:30 in the morning.
Right. I was going to say, now where I put my kids up in Pottstown, Stan, up in Pottstown, PA. I remember one time Timmy was going to the store, right? He's my oldest son. He was going to the store, and I guess it was a little bit at the curb. I don't remember. I was tired. I was in bed. But we did have some good officers up there, because you know what they did? They picked his little ass up. They brought him home. They opened the door. They said, Miss Nicole, Timmy out. He was coming back from the store after curfew. I just put his ass in his house. And they just closed the door back and went on about their damn business, because they knew who I was. I was the neighborhood mom. I don't know what everybody else's parents is doing, but I don't drink and I don't smoke. If your kids come over here, I'm going to chastise the shit out of them. So if you don't like that, they shouldn't be here. But there is sometimes when we're able to get the rapport. I remember it was an incident one time, and it was crazy. And I told my daughter, this could have changed the whole trajectory of your life. Her and one of her little friends, well, she didn't find it, but one of her friends found it. They done found some drugs. Thinking they about to, oh, we're going to sell it real quick and get a couple dollars. The kids come and say, Miss Nikki, Keisha down the street, they about to lock up. I said, oh, now my goddamn child. And I'm looking crazy because I'm like, now my goddamn child who on the honor roll, on the national honor roll, she goddamn acting, she on the stage every damn week. I know y'all lying. I get down there, they was lying. When I tell y'all, I tried to kill her ass out there. You know what the cop did? He pulled me to the side. He said, we know better. We know she know better. Don't hit her out here no more. Take her home.
But Nick, you know,
he said,
but look at where our society has gone to though, right now. I mean, if you're a father with a daughter, okay, you know, you don't want your daughter's little friends coming over to the house. You want your daughter to associate because all it takes is one.
Right.
To say you did something. And you're embarrassed in the paper, you're accused. Doesn't matter if you're found guilty, your reputation's ruined. And society has gotten so bad with that today. And I'm not talking about, you know, being concerned with children's safety. I'm talking about when you go overboard with it. You know, by the time my daughter was 9 or 10, God forbid I held her hand in the mall.
Right.
Because somebody's going to call the police. There's this big black man with this little girl. You know, how many fathers, we say the fathers don't show the daughters more love. How many fathers, if you kissed your daughter on the cheek out in public, depending on who sees it, you might be handcuffed and on the ground.
Come on.
So,
and
you know,
think about some of the kids. You
so
know,
we can't parent today.
My grandkids, you know, they all, Redman's children all have different mothers. Now, Avea, although she's mixed, I like to say she's Mariah Carey mixed.
Okay.
No, because then it makes people understand what I'm saying.
I know. And it's sad. It's sad because to say that. Yeah.
If she didn't have Redman's exact face, Avea has blonde hair and blue eyes. And and her eyes changed. Green, gray, whatever the hell she got going on that day. But I remember my brother having her one day. Baja is a very dark brown man. And he said, I took Vay to the thing store and people looking, and I had to say, that's my damn niece.
But he had to say that. And now I got to go back. And I remember when I started in policing, if you heard about a sex predator, it was almost always a white male. It was unheard of. I'm talking the 90s. Black men you didn't kidnap nobody and do the sex trafficking thing. You didn't. And I actually watched the scales balance out. And it was a cultural phenomenon that I'm just going, what? When did this happen? But that adds into, that's one aspect of why the household, black or white, it can be dysfunctional without parenting. Then we have to say, okay, I know the legal system's there to protect the children. Now, all of us on here know you got hit with whatever. Literally. But you knew you deserved it. But you can't discipline children today. So that's another aspect that's taken out of it. And, you know, I'm not saying protect the child. I mean, I've seen cases, I worked cases where these children absolutely should have been taken from the parents and they weren't. And then I've worked some cases where the child just needed to be with grandma or something for the weekend and, you know.
To get them straight.
But the child was taken. So the inconsistencies and the destabilization of the home, where oftentimes you have a single parent home, but that doesn't mean single mothers. There's also some single fathers, because being a single mother is not a new phenomenon. When Adam died, Eve was a single mom. So that's you know, you hear that thrown out there so much. And I know some single moms that raised some good kids in the projects, you know, and I know some single dads that have done it, and some of my white households. So black people, we don't own single parenting. People like to say we're the ones that are all the single parents. But when you walk into the house and you're the only authority figure in there, I've walked in these houses and you walk in and you're respectful. You tell the young man, sit down, young man. Man, what's going on? To that child, they don't see that uniform. Just they're seeing a male voice that is pulling order together in a chaotic household for the moment. That stuns them because oftentimes they hadn't seen it.
Right.
And then if you come back two or 3 days later, 10 minutes, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all been doing all right? I ain't been called back over here. I appreciate that. How's everything going? Where's your report card? Let me see your report card real quick.
There you go.
It takes 10 minutes. But to that kid's going to go to school. Once Mason wanted to see my report card, he gave me $1.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's all, especially when they're younger, it's all about the way we can mold their minds. It don't always, we know that there's going to be single parent households and stuff like that. So if we go back to that village again,
I was going to get back to that village again. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Because the question becomes, then you said something very interesting, that the police have become, you know, basically the babysitters and carrying on. But at one point in time, it wasn't just the police. It wasn't just the teachers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was the whole community. Well, we had the nosy neighbor. We couldn't stand that bitch. But, you know, now that we who we are, we appreciate that hoe.
We appreciate that hoe.
Okay. Because okay. You couldn't stand her but we knew we were up. See, you couldn't stand her because you knew you was up to dirt.
Right.
Okay. And she was clocking your teeth. Okay. But now, y'all hear me say this all the time, and I think I need to put this on the t-shirt, that the village has become the villain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because when you're trying to go back to it, nobody wants to.
Well, we don't trust each other. Listen, you know where I stay.
Right.
I don't know my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And to the point to where if we weren't all up in your business, we at least knew a pattern. You know what I'm saying? To where when you looked at your neighborhood, you knew when something wasn't right, because that girl don't never have nobody over at this time of the day. She at work.
Right.
What's somebody over here at this house? You know what I'm saying? It was that
we
kind
looked
of
out.
thing.
Yeah, we looked out.
You know,
for each other.
So how is it that we recreate the village, or do we have to redefine it? Because see, now what
COVID is doing it. COVID is doing it. The village been 2 places. If they wasn't at the club getting turned up, the whole village was at church talking about everybody else they was at the club with last night. Let's be real. That's the 2 places where the village is at. Half of them are too saved, sanctified, and full to get involved with anybody else's business, and the other ones are trying to put on little mini skirts they wore back in high school, or Air Jordans that are too small to live out the Michael Jordan fantasies. When the adults stop acting like kids, the kids will stop acting like adults.
Yep, there's Club Thank You Jesus and Club Twerk Song.
Come on.
And both of them closed right now. So people got to stay home and rediscover, man, I got a family.
Listen, and when some of these parents had to find out just how bad your little badass kids was in school, when the teacher called them every day, and your ass been mad, why are you always picking on my baby? Why are you always picking on my baby? Now your baby is driving you absolutely insane in the house with that computer every day.
But now, to say this though, shout out to Shaniqua, Lataka, and Ray, and all them that made the kids. Shout out to their #1 babysitters in America, Xbox and PS5. I'd like to commend you on having people that take care of your kids that don't talk back.
But you gotta nowadays, the younger, all these young kids are having kids. So even with us raising
like we were back in the day, it's still hard.
They don't mute your mic, Red, because I get the echo.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. That's all it is. Like, and then they don't want you whooping their kid. But you need to be a parent. I don't care how old you are. Like right now, my daughter is 18, going on 19. She's getting ready to have her first child. I'm going to step in and tell her, you cannot be that child's friend, period. You have to be a which means if I catch my grandchild out there doing something, I'm busting her or him in the head. That's all that. So it's
I had my child, I had Timmy, I was just about to turn 17.
Yeah, so it's gonna take.
But I didn't have that mentality of I'm a kid, I'm going to the club, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. The minute it was about him, it was about him.
Yep.
Period. My son was born December 14th. I missed 1 week of school because that was the week for Christmas break. You know, I had him December 14th. So
Nikki, now you know we are cut from a different cloth.
I know, but they got to get
together. It's going to take the miracle of Jesus walking on water to make a millennium child realize that it's no longer about them.
True child, you better say that.
But what they is saying is 100% true. You seeing 6-year-olds with fake eyelashes today. I mean, come on. I mean, we are treating these young kids like adults. And see, this is what I say in my book. I wrote this one chapter and I talk about this part because as a cop, this used to really frustrate me. The term I would hear the most is stay in a child's place. Okay. Now, when we were children, we knew where our place was. Now, when the young man is acting like a child, his father tells him, be a man. When he acts like a man, he says, you just a boy.
Stay in a child place.
So where the child is confused now. Then you go to church. See, you went from the children's choir to the young adults. There's no such thing as a young adult. You're either an adult or a child, period, point blank. So when you develop these terms like young child, young adult, well, what privileges does a young adult have that a child doesn't have and that an adult outgrew? None. It's a play on words, but it's a title. So what comes with that title? My children, my daughter is an excellent mother to my granddaughter. You know why? Because I let my daughter and my son be children, not young adults. My daughter played with dolls. She did the dress up. She did all of that. When all her little friends were hoochieing out, she was still into that, being a child. And you know what she is today? She's an excellent mother who relates to her daughter because her daughter sees the child side of mom but knows who mom is. See, we make our kids grow up too fast.
Stan, I'm trying to figure out when did that day happen? You remember how all of us or in our kids knew if I got a phone call from that school, it's about your ass. When did it shift and your child acting up at school, but you go to the school and cuss the damn teacher out?
It shifted when the school system started fucking up and now you just passing the kids along.
They took the wood out of the school. That's when it started to shift.
Okay,
when they took the wood out.
Thank you, Stan. The minute they removed that damn paddle out the disciplinarian officer's doggone office is when all hell broke out.
You know, you can't have a prison without bars.
If you knew, right, you're right.
Come on.
If you knew, you ain't never get that paddle. You was scared if you was ever going to have to go nowhere. And I ain't never get it. And
but think about it.
You were going to get it again at home because you knew the principal called and said, I'm going to get him. And your parents' answer was the same. Get it. Why you calling me at my job bothering me?
Don't you be at my job. You better do what you need to do.
The neighbors too got you. Your neighbors got you too.
Oh, yeah.
Your neighbors got you.
Listen,
everybody got you.
You know your mama wouldn't like you doing it. Get yourself up off that damn line. Yeah.
Listen, that teacher down at Eagles Landing, y'all live out that way. Teacher called me from Eagles Landing and said, I just wanted to know if everything was okay. I said, huh? She said, you know, Jamal, like, he's not bad or anything. You know, he's a little ladies' man. They know he know how to sing and rap and stuff. So sometimes I can't get them to get it together in class because they all, I said, yeah. I said, well, you know, what's going on? Is he in trouble? She said, no, he's not in trouble. I just was she trying to see if I'm abusing Jamal because she said, he told me if he get in trouble, he'll take ISS, he'll take detention, but please don't call my mom. I don't care how many days you give me. Please don't call my mom. I said, and he told you right. Because if I get a call from you, that means I feel embarrassed. And if I'm embarrassed, then his ass gonna be embarrassed. You can best believe that. So if it ain't nothing,
remember where the parents would get you in the classroom?
Tear that ass up.
In the class.
And that's what I meant.
And I know the young people.
Because if she called me, I'm embarrassed. So that means your ass gonna be embarrassed. I'm coming up to that motherfucking school. You're gonna be embarrassed. They're gonna be talking about that shit to y'all 99 years old. Remember that time your mom came up to the school, whooped your ass?
With a house coat on and buying a cigarette.
Cause I listen.
And you got them big hair rollers. God damn it.
Listen, my hair could be done to the gods. I'm gonna purposely put a goddamn bonnet on and some slippers, and I'm gonna embarrass the shit out your ass. I promise you.
But our range of discipline back then was stern, and it was reinforced because we practiced what we preached. You know, these kids today, the ultimate threat that we had when we were put on kind of probation, where it wasn't stay in the house. Do you remember when these words? Don't come off that porch. You could come out, but you couldn't come off the porch. And guess what?
And you better not even try.
Dare come off. If the house was on fire, you'd be burned up on the milk box on the porch. Because and these kids today, you mean you wouldn't? Oh yeah, you wouldn't be caught off that porch. Why? Your mom and dad at work. Miss Joe ain't at work. Miss Carrie's right over there.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Your mom and dad was at work.
Because you know they was gonna tell.
Look, Mr. Lawrence was across the street from us. Miss Battle was up there at the corner. Nana was right here. My cousin Dee Dee was there.
I'll tell you something else happened to us.
Get your ass off that step. You better not get off that step.
Something else that happened to us that would get you put in jail today if you did it. How many times were you told going upstairs, no supper today?
Right. Oh yeah.
All that shit. You don't know what I cook, don't eat.
Do it today. I dare you to do that today to your children.
You know what?
Police and CPS.
That's good. Oh, come on. That's good. That's real good. Crack change that, meaning parenting. Oh.
Come on, princess.
That's real good. That's real good. That's real good. Oh, that's real good.
That's the reality.
That's real. Now, let's go here because see, we talking about these damn teenagers here that killed this baby. Now, I heard the video. Like I said, the video that's up on YouTube, they blurred it out. They had to blur it out and carry it on. But these little bitches, and I'm gonna use that just like that. These little bitches, honey, you know, they sit up there, fuck that bitch, hell. You know, and they bragging that they stabbed her. Yeah, I stabbed that bitch in her heart. Yeah, fuck that bitch.
And she said, if she dead, she just dead. Oh well.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So that's another thing. Ain't no compassion being taught in your house.
What the hell is wrong with these kids?
They're so fucking hateful.
I'm gonna tell you what's wrong. See, what's wrong are the influences. See, that's not nothing that is a part of everything. We hear it all the time, but when it's reinforced by the parents. See, we had television too. Okay. So we know what television does, and it has the power to change people's minds and carrying on. They used to tell us when we were kids, that's just the idiot box and carrying on. You go watch too much TV. But then when they started seeing that, folks started to adapt to what was on TV. Okay. They wanted to wear the clothes. They wanted to do this. They started to act out shit that they seen on TV. We was up there playing Super Friends. We was up playing Super Friends. We playing the 6 million down there.
Okay.
One or two okay.
Hold on. Why is it a right? Why? Okay, here's the switch up and staying. I know you're gonna know this. Why they feel like they have a right to have a television in their room when it was a privilege when we were growing up?
Exactly, and that there comes in what? See, this is our generation. Okay, this is our generation. This is why I get frustrated because I look at how we did our kids and now what they're doing to theirs. You see what I'm saying? Because these are the 20-somethings are our kids. Okay, the 20, 30-somethings, those are our babies. Now they got 16-year-olds and you see. So now what we're looking at is and I said this. I went back to my high school and I had said no. I said we dropped the ball because those are our kids. And the teacher, Miss Posey, she said no. She said, that's not y'all's fault. She said, that's ours. And I stepped back. I said, that's y'all's. How do you figure that? She said, because we taught y'all that. She said, we as your parents, we came up in the generation where we had to give y'all this because there was nobody at home when y'all came home from school. So y'all are the generation of the latchkey.
We the latchkey kids.
We're latchkey kids. Okay. Nobody was home, so you either had to stay at school or get into the programs or whatever until somebody came home and blah, 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 blah. She said, so then when it became single parent households, then we started buying y'all stuff to show y'all that we loved you because we wasn't there. So we taught y'all that.
See what Red said. They think they supposed to have the stuff that was privileges for us, right?
Right.
Remember when we got in trouble? Because this shit used to happen to my little brother all the time. My mother come in, take every goddamn thing. The TV, look, the component set. Everything that we was just starting to get. Remember, we had Atari and shit like that. Remember, we was... My mother take every motherfucking thing out the room and said, now read a motherfucking book.
Listen.
But you know, I used to ask people on calls, you know, the kid would go in the room and this, I'll show you just how some little small thing that nobody's even thinking about empowers these children.
What's that?
Why does your child have a lock on the bedroom door? They're not paying no bills.
You know what? Hey, listen.
Because you give them a reasonable, legally, you give them a reasonable expectation of privacy. The second thing, Meeks, real quick, is you're right. We had TV. We were playing Lost in Space or Super Friends. We knew that wasn't real. These kids today have instant reality on their phone.
Right.
If you want to see a shooting, they can go to YouTube and pull up a shooting or World Star or whatever. So they're absolutely desensitized because they're playing.
Game and it'd be so lifelike.
Right. But you know what?
Up in there.
But most of those kids are so lazy, they ain't gonna come out the bedroom to even be able to shoot nobody outside the house. But the ones that are watching the YouTube videos, screaming World Star, running around here wanting to play that stupid knockout game, which they stopped. I guess they tried to knock the wrong person out. But see, these kids today are desensitized, man, because they grow up. Any of us right now, if we want to see a rape, if we want to see a murder, if we want to see a police shooting, a gang shooting, we can go right on the internet right now and see it, period. And so they're playing out what they see, just like we played that. But the game they're playing, it's reality. And a lot of them don't think they know it's real. But I've talked to murderers who will tell you at the time they did what they did, they shot somebody, man, it didn't hit me till the next day of what I did. It didn't seem real. It didn't, and it is, America is a desensitized, violent country that cloaks itself in a superficial Christian cloth and thinks everything is okay. And it's not. We're violent.
Welcome to Grand Theft Auto when you get another life after the police shoot you.
I want to show y'all something, and I hope that somebody will be able to show this to their child who's out there wilding out in the street and whatnot. Y'all see this? With a camera. Y'all see this? This is just a birthday card. A birthday card. Where the camera is? I don't know. I just got this iPad today. This is just a birthday card that Lily made for her dad.
Okay.
Y'all see this? Know what this says? That they were sending it back. You know why? Because she used color pencil. We did know that the thing said they couldn't use crayons, right? So what I did was I let Lily make 2 exact cards for her father. One with the color pencil, just in case. And one with only regular pencil. See what you give up? Had to just do something stupid. Something as simple as your child being able to send you a birthday card. You might not be able to get. Because they wanted to be creative and put some color pencil on there. Little shit like that.
I'm trying to understand what the fuck is the contraband on it.
I don't know. But at the end of the day, think about all the things you throw away and all the things that we take for granted. Now, this makes me mad because we know there was nothing malice about this, but we do also know that prisoners can come up with some real crafty shit.
Yeah, and then of course that whole red and blue shit. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They can come up with some crafty shit.
The colors meaning it was a game. Okay. I think I just got it.
I don't know. But at the end of the day, think about little shit like that. What if I wouldn't have had the mindset to say, hey, Stink, we're going to make 2 just in case for Daddy. And then trying to explain to her, because she knows where he is, but trying to explain to her why I can't make the picture pretty for my dad. Why I can't show him that I drew Patrick for him, Grandma? Why? Because he's not going to know that that's Patrick if I don't color it in.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the dumb shit that you do. Because something as small as that will break your heart when you behind them bars because you waiting for it, and ain't get it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Think about this dumb shit that we are doing. And I know we talk about it ain't just us with the black on black crime and all that. We already know that. We know every community is their own crime. Ours is just spotlighted more. But right now, this ain't about everybody else. I can't talk to them. I'm talking to us. You have to start changing the behaviors. You motherfuckers, y'all, that we're gonna be exactly where they've always wanted us to be. See, they don't care when we shoot each other. You know why? Because that's 2 for 1. One dead, one in jail.
How about that?
And you will just not get it for shit. What the hell? Some of y'all just need some fucking shaking baby syndrome. Like, I just want to grab some of y'all and shake the shit out of you. Because it's like that one, if you got more than one child, there's always going to be that one that's just hard-headed shit.
Hard-headed, yes. Hard-headed, yes. But damn unscrupulous to where it goes down, that's rare. That's rare. Okay, especially with us. Because it was always about the hustle. Right. A lot of them that was hard-headed, whatever, were trying to be out there on the hustle to help the family.
To help the family, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to make
they just doing shit just to be doing it.
Yeah, yeah.
You just killing something like you have no compassion in your heart for nobody. I see young kids. Remember, if we was walking down the street, and I tell kids all the time, it's not that we ain't never do nothing stupid. We just ain't had no damn camera phones for everybody to be documenting the stupid shit that we did.
And we're glad we didn't do it.
Respect. If you saw an older person, we might have been sneaking and cussing and everything, but you saw older, you shut the fuck up. You shut up because
or
you knew
children, because you know how we are about cussing around kids. And as wait a minute, let me watch my mouth. We got kids up here. OUTRAGED, they ain't heard the joint said nothing, they never heard it. They ain't gonna hear it from me.
Not from me.
You know what I'm saying? And that
you
there,
hear kids like they cussing. You see an older, an elder, and you talking. Oh, fuck that bitch. I got on the bus one day coming from school, y'all. I swear to God. This little girl, she couldn't be no more than about 15. Like you said, Stan, long ass goddamn eyelashes, her nails better than me and yours, Nay. This bitch was fly. Yeah, girl, he wanted to pick me up, but I wasn't giving him nothing because he ain't want to take me nowhere and buy me nothing. Little bitch, I know I look young, but I know I don't look that goddamn young. You don't see me sitting there.
Now let's ask the question. Where did she learn that behavior?
Get out of my head, Red, because damn it, I'm gonna word it differently. Because I'm gonna word it differently, so it's okay to train your kids to be a hoe. Okay, now let me put some stank on it.
And I ain't talking about
let me put some stank on it because it ain't like that game ain't been played before. Because see, females have always been told that a man is supposed to fill in the blank. Okay, but one of the things is that she had to earn that as well. Okay. Because you wasn't about being a hoe. If you want to get a good man, that you need to do this, and this for that man. Okay, but it wasn't just about being a hoe, unless you were being a hoe.
And you know it, and that was your shit.
Hold on. I heard a lady one time. I was in public, and you know how you hear how people when they're talking to their younger daughters, you know what I'm saying, and they use little words to cover up the profane words, like when they're talking to the child. You know, they give a nickname to body parts and stuff like that. I heard this lady now. She said, "Baby girl," she said, "you can't play on top of that cart like that. The grocery store. You can't play on that cart like that because you will fall and hurt your pocketbook."
Well, the old ladies always called it a pocketbook.
That's not cool.
I know. They got monologues called the pocketbook monologues, the vagina monologue. They're the same.
Okay, but put that in a millennial's mind where you being their friend.
Okay, not the pocketbook. You're gonna hurt your pocketbook, honey.
Because they can't figure out doggone calculus, but they can figure out, hey, Ray can pay if he want to put something in the pocketbook.
Come on.
Right.
Now you got more problems. And these problems came from that.
Now going to these little trifling ass heifers up here. Okay. For them to know to steal a knife. See, that's the first thing. They stole the knife.
Out of Walmart.
And then they stabbed her in the Walmart. So y'all have been around grab some shit because y'all trying to be bad bitches. Okay. Now the first thing is this. Now y'all know how I am. Anytime
Nate, put a pin in bad bitches, okay? Because I got something for when Meech get done.
Okay. It bothers me anytime I hear that it took 4 of y'all to take one person down, and then y'all had to have weapons on top of it. See, that's a punk shit for me.
Period.
And I have flashbacks because I had a group fight. It was me versus 14 boys. Okay.
You sure that was a fight?
Versus 14 boys. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, the thing of it was supposed to be them on the dude that was walking with me. So we were coming from the store. And, you know, they just little gang or whatever. But they used to always fuck with him because he was just, you know, he was a scared. He was just scary. Okay. He always ran. He didn't stick up for himself again. No, he ran. But I'm the resident sissy. Okay. And we in the project. Now this is Herman Garden Projects. Okay. Detroit Road in Southfield, Detroit, Michigan. So I'm the resident sissy. And they feel as though that it was just okay to fuck with me. Okay. So they tried to go in my pocket to take my money. It was food stamps, but they tried to go in my pocket to take the money. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was a sissy fat move because I just shoved his hair and I slapped his hand. You know what the fuck you doing? Yeah. It was real hard though because it echoed, right?
Did you give him the
do it again? Do it again. Please do it again. Please do it again. Do it again.
He done gave him the grandma slap. What you doing?
So what ended up happening was, you know, it had ensued. So when I hit him on his hand, he was like, nigga, what? I said, nigga, what? You know, what the fuck is this? So then they wanted to try me.
They didn't announce it's a robbery.
Right.
They didn't even know how to announce what they're doing.
Right. So I'm like, okay, cool. But then, you know, so now it got time to come down. Now I had two, my mother drank 7-Up at the time. So I had two bottles of pop for her, little 16-ounce bottles.
That's the hard glass.
Huh?
That's that hard glass, that hard green glass.
Yes.
Hey,
don't break.
Hey, we got a lot of people say soda.
Yeah, say soda.
We say soda. People say
well, yeah, we say soda too, but you know, I'm from Detroit, so we say pop. Okay. I just started saying soda till I got down here in Atlanta. But we said pop. So what happened was I'm sitting up here now. The guy, he pushed me again on, and I'm finna get to hit him. So I didn't pay no attention. I said, "Here, hold this," and I gave the pop to one of the people in the crew that didn't realize I didn't care, because now it done got down to that point. So now you have to understand, Joy Road is wide, like what? Okay. All of us here are okay. All of us here live in Atlanta. So Joy Road is wide, like Tower Boulevard.
Oh.
Okay. Wide. So now we fighting, right? I'm tagging this motherfucker. Somebody drop kick me in the back. I'm gonna turn around and flip this one. I'm tagging this one. Now we all out everywhere. We done got into the middle of the motherfucking street in the turn lane. Okay, and we rocking, bitch. We are rocking, but your mother, honey, had to turn on. I had to go to my end of Wonder Woman because, bitch, I'm fighting everywhere. And when I tell you, this is no lie, y'all swear I'm crazy anyway. But everything in me, honey, I had the Wonder Woman thing so in my head, honey. And I'm sitting up here, I'm blocking punches and shit. I'm sitting up here, baby, I'm telling you, I was in full motherfucking effect. Baby, listen. I know. But it's real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm telling y'all this is real. But what happened? Now it's all of y'all and me, right? Why did this motherfucker pick up? He picked up, the tree horses, that they used to block the street or whatever. He picked up the damn middle, the white part with the reflector on it. He picked that big damn thing up and he thought he was gonna hit me with that bitch. That motherfucker swung and again, thinking Wonder Woman, the episode where she caught the bomb and threw it back. I did just that. I said he swung that bitch and I took and I caught it and snatched it from him and I threw it back. Right? Mm-hmm. So now I done then ran over on their side of the street because now they done got out the street. So we on the other side of the street. So now I done ran over here. So now I'm still punching, I'm still fighting. Now they done started running away from me because I had took and threw the thing at them. So now they running. And I'm like, no, fuck this. But I was really tired. But at that particular point, now my adrenaline's starting to rush a little bit. So now fuck this because my mind went to now y'all trying to kill me. Y'all trying to kill me now. So fuck it. So they done went back on the other side of the street. I'm on my side of the street now. I done got home. Well, Matisse, honey, he done already beat me home because he had ran home, right? So he done told my mama, now Miss Esther Lorraine is outside. Now listen, y'all know I tell y'all I don't want to get that woman activated. Okay. That was in my head, baby. That was all in my head. Do you hear me? So now I done got home. I'm really tired now because I had to walk the extra, the little 2 blocks or whatever. And I'm calming down, because they done left me the fuck alone. I'm calming down, but now I ain't got mama's pop. I'm like, oh shit, mad. They on the other side of the street hollering the kid. And I told them, we got some motherfucker, they talking about they got the pop and they drinking in the shit. And mama said, oh, y'all want to fight? I said, oh, mama, don't, because I'm tired. Okay. But now she done sat up there and told all them bitch asses, yeah, bring your ass over here. Y'all come on. So he gonna take on every last one. I said, girl, you ain't gonna do this to me. Okay. Because I was tired. I done already I done just fought all of them, girl. Now you gonna make me do this one-on-one. And see, that's gonna be harder because now I got to really, 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 really stay in this.
And you got to rewind the music.
Huh?
You had to rewind the music.
So motherfucking dumb. I'm gonna beat your ass.
And back then it wasn't as easy as just clicking the MP3, it was an 8-track.
Okay.
Okay. Go get him, me.
dumb.
We sorry, y'all. Y'all know we ain't got no damn sense.
Oh, but that's what it was. And it pisses me off when I hear folks who get weapons. You already outnumbered the child, but now you need a goddamn weapon to sit up here and do your dirty work. You know? And these little bitches that sat down here, number one, you stole a knife. Then y'all want to sit up here and fight. Y'all know I can't stand that fighting in these goddamn stores and shit. So now you fighting in the store. Then you stabbed her.
Okay, police question. Man.
Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Premeditated.
Absolutely, it's premeditated. Yeah. You stole the knife. You didn't steal the knife to cut firewood.
Exactly. Right. You went and stole the knife to go back to kill the girl.
When you stole the knife, number one, you didn't pay for it. You stole it. That means you concealed it.
Okay? Right. There you go.
And then you went back to the person. So it's intent.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like it's in the spur of the moment. You went in there, had the sense to steal the knife, and then go back and do all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yeah, because you found her in the store.
Grandma slap.
Right. Okay.
Well, but they'll charge them as children now. I mean, if they charge them as adults, you know, they'll get into that. Well, they didn't really know what they were doing. You know, I think that's gone too far.
Because
you don't know what you're doing, card is going too far.
They put all that up on Facebook, so they can't even get away with that.
Well, yeah, they got on there. But Trump did put all his stuff up on the national news for 4 years, and they still say he didn't do anything. You know, we all in Georgia.
No, hold on.
What about that crazy woman we got here?
Hold on, because these are black kids that did it. So you know, right now that ain't gonna wash.
But hold on, understand this. Did you not recognize this is the doggone what I call the doggone cave mentality of it. You had 4 ugly ducklings and a swan.
Mm-hmm.
She would have never instinct because you know, even in the wild, the pretty beautiful albino tiger cats or whatever are attacked by the ones with markings on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And for you to be able to stand on social media as ugly as a butt duckling talking about I stabbed her and it's okay and all that. Okay,
anybody that's watching that's from Bigo, would y'all please sign a petition so my brother can come over here? I keep telling y'all, ain't nobody gonna be able to roast a motherfucker like this.
I mean, you're damn right. It was like that girl on there talking about, oh yeah, so what? I stabbed her, so what? If she dead, she just dead. Well, shawty, you still look like your mama's anal doggone retentive little piece of meat that you came out of when you was coming out of there. You took some of that with you. So what the hell is wrong with you?
But you know what, Red? I'm not. But in hearing you just say that, though, it kind of took me back to something.
Go.
Because think about it. The girl came on and did a video. So what? I stabbed her, blah, 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 blah. Let's rewind back to this mom who was talking about how she got her kids taken away little, and I'm glad they gone. Now, see, let's rewind the script back.
Stan, now you don't have to take us back to that. You know it's about to make my head pop
off. But then we got to say, you know, where did the kids get it from? I'm not saying that that's their excuse for murdering this girl, but I'm talking about, see how quickly we as a society, I'm talking black people right now, quickly, that was yesterday, now we're going to deal with today. No, let's deal with the issue.
Yes.
The issue. Those little girls went to the nth degree of evil. What they did was evil. It wasn't incredible. It was just evil. But what they did is just as evil as what this woman did with her children. But see how quickly we as a people, now that woman would have been scarred for life when any of us were younger. If she said publicly what she said on that video, the rest of her life she'd have been ruined. Because I'm going to tell you on behalf of brothers, if we found out that you said that on the street because we didn't have video back then, no brother would touch you. No brother, nobody. But because our attention span is so short.
Because the other little girls is like, this bitch is crazy. So you might get your ass whooped on every block.
But our attention span is too short. And then we get things like these little girls. I'm not offering them an excuse. I hope they get all the years they deserve. But But when we see this kind of outrage, we were talking earlier, when the adults do something, the kids mirror it, but I got to take it to the nth degree. I got to perfect it a little more.
Right.
Because I guarantee you in 3 months, nobody's going to be talking about these little girls. We're going to find a new outrage to
because
get
there's so many, it's so many things happening every day. It's so fucking hard to keep up. It's like, damn, do we want to just want to get along?
Well, we need to address the issues and not the outburst.
Right. Oh,
You
I
know?
like that.
Bam. I like that.
I like that. I like that. Address the issues and not the outbursts.
And that goes back to being proactive. If you get to the source, you'll never have the issue together. Right.
If you keep flammables out your house, you don't have to worry about a fire.
I need to go to the bad bitch comment. Somebody this morning. So if you guys don't know, if you're not joining us in the mornings over on BO at 10 a.m., I read from Uncle Meech's book every morning. Start the day off with affirmations and shit, then we build on the conversation. This morning when we started building on the conversation, we got to talking about how everybody, when it went to everybody wanted to be a bad bitch, a bad bitch, a bad bitch. She said, Natural, if you're listening, girl, I'm shouting you out. She said, my uncle pulled me to the side and said, a bad bitch. She said, a bitch is a female dog. You know what a bad bitch is? A dog that's bad, they mean they're going to put it down. Don't be a man when a bad bitch.
Well,
I was like, you better come on through here, drop them jewels in here.
Back.
Young lady.
Yeah, I'm a bad mutt.
Oh shit! Wait a minute! I done dropped my phone and everything.
They don't want you. Stupid.
Well, y'all know
that make me nervous.
Y'all know
I'm a bad mutt.
Now you got these girls' head messed up. That's the problem. They don't have no role models because they want to be a Cardi B and they want to be a Megan and they want to be this and they want to be that. Them ain't no good role models for none of that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We have allowed that to be normal because see, back when we were kids, we had Millie Jackson, we had Lola Falana, we had
our mothers wasn't letting us listen to
it.
We had to sneak and listen to it.
But as far as the females who were just out there, we knew the girls that was on the streets.
But all that stuff that went on, Meech, there was a time and a place, and we were not involved or included.
Remember, we talked about this morning too. Remember when En Vogue did giving them something he could feel over? I remember the video. They was amazing in them red dresses and so Keisha was about 3 or 4, whatever it was. We stationed on Fort Bragg, right? And she loved that song. And I just hurt her little motherfucking feelings every time it came on. I said, nope, this ain't for you. And you can see she's only like 3 or 4, so she don't understand why I'm turning it off. And you can see every time the video would come on, if we had the videos, MTV or whatever, BET, and it would come on, and you could see the hurt in her face because she knew that I was about to come and change it. This is the thing. Because kids pick up the repetition and the rhythms and stuff from music so easy, they are singing things without knowing that they're singing them. And some of you young ass moms, and I'm not talking about your age.
Right.
I'm not talking about your age. Some of you young, and I'm gonna just go to it. Some of you young bitches don't know how to know that that's not something your child should be singing. Lily told me which first giving that. Lily, who your favorite rapper? Cardi B. I said, how the hell your favorite rapper Cardi B? Who let you listen to Cardi B? My mom, I said, well, you won't be listening to it over here. She said, Grandma, you don't like Cardi B? I said, Lily, I love Cardi B. Sure the hell do. And when I listen to her, you won't be listening to her. You will not be nowhere near. Because just like with our parents, was your mom playing Millie Jackson in the middle of the day when we was all up?
Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you this. I think I told y'all this before. Listen, the adults were the music got real funky in the house,
you
right?
You couldn't even be in the room. No kids in the room.
Baby, they put our asses outside and shut the door. Do you hear me? Because the song was The Freak. Bohannon, Don't You Want to Dance? And it was something else. And they were doing all the new sexy little dances that was doing on that time. And this is 1978, 79, okay? I'm 8, 9 years old.
8,
you have to understand, my mother is in her late 20s. She is 28, 29.
Right.
Okay, young woman. Okay, sitting out here, they don't, like, you know how we do. They couldn't do the basement party. They had a day party.
Yes.
In the house.
Oh my God, Jackie.
A day party in the house.
I forgot all about that.
Bitch, wait. No. No, you know, my ass thinking I'm grown. Okay. Because I help with the kids, so I'm grown. Right? My mother, she said, oh no, this is not for children, honey. And she picked my big ass up and ushered me out the door and slammed the door behind me. And now you want to know how bad Miss Esther Lorraine is? The window was open and we had the curtains up. And if I had put myself at that motherfucking window, that was my ass.
And you knew it.
But you know, but you brought something. You just kind of hit something in my head when I was listening to you. It's reality that comes out when we talk about older stuff. You know, when we had nothing but basement parties, for those of you who don't know what a basement party, you just missed a good part of life. If you ain't never had been in a basement party. But when we had basement
and sorry
parties.
For y'all people here in Georgia, most of y'all ain't got basements, but sorry, y'all know.
But when we had basement parties and house parties. Yeah, and I'm talking before the club. When the club was something you saved and went to every 3 or 4 months.
That was an event.
You remember when we had no money, but we had basement parties? We actually had more money than we have now going to the club.
How about that? How about that? That's interesting, isn't it?
Because I used to let my kids have their little dollar parties.
That one little 50-cent blue light bulb, it lasts for 20 parties.
Yeah, that black light poster, that black felt poster everybody had at the Panther. Everybody had that.
Yes, with the development
on it.
I miss that.
Panther or the woman with the afro.
Yes.
I was born after that. My dad. I didn't catch that part though.
I remember they had that silhouette of that black woman with the big afro sitting up on there.
Yes, I remember that.
Oh God, my father worshipped that goddamn.
And I tell you,
you know what? She was a goddess.
Everybody, whether you liked their music or you didn't, all the brothers waited on the Ohio Praise to come out with an album so you could
open that they could see that album cover
this way. Because Ohio Players has the album covers.
When that came out and then she had that honey dripping down.
Yeah, sweet sticky thing. Yeah, remember Fire? The girl had the fire hose. Rep that.
Yes,
now you got to Google Ohio Player album covers.
Yes.
And you can actually open the album cover up and turn it upside down.
Turn it up.
Whole woman. I mean, it was classy the way they did it.
And that's the difference. Say it again.
It was classy. They didn't do no Melania Trump album cover.
It wasn't wrong.
It wasn't salacious. It was sexy and it was art.
It was
you know, and it gave the sexual appetite or whatever, but it wasn't dirty or salacious like it is now. Because
hey, wait a minute, what about this? Remember the labels took the time on certain people's album to make the album interactive as you read it. It made you want to read the album. Like
we always
you open up the Aqua Boogie album and the whole Aqua City pop up out of it.
They pop up.
Right.
That makes you want to read everything in there.
Because we put more thought into the stuff. Now I swear, y'all need to say, Mom, I figured I'd just make a dumbass record. Because that's what everybody else do. She said, I went up there and I tried for hours and hours and hours and hours. I just couldn't do it. She said,
you put a good beat.
She said, I just can't. Like, I can't be that dumb. She said, now, I'm not saying I won't listen to one of them, but I can't honestly, for people who follow me, people who like my music, I cannot do that.
You tell my niece, because of her level of talent and intelligence, she's overlooking the hierarchy of what she's doing. The name of the song is Dumbass Record, and I tell her to goddamn do it. That's the hook.
So when she come back in the door, sure will.
Okay.
Because some of these artists today are born at the right time because they couldn't have made it back in the day. You couldn't just walk out in concert and for the first 10 minutes you proved to me 2 things. You had 2 words in your English vocabulary and you knew 2 numbers. Oh yeah, 1, 2, oh yeah, for about 5 minutes and everybody going crazy. Yeah.
You ain't did a goddamn thing.
1, 2. You know, like Prince said, at your age, not your shoe size.
How about that?
Because if you back in the day, if you did a concert and you wasn't putting out, folks would get up, no shame in their game. They get up, and walk out.
Right the fuck up. What Steve Harvey say that time, y'all? He said you go to the rap concert and they like somebody scream. He said, no, nigga, I paid $100-something for you scream.
Right.
The hell? He said, y'all running around your
If you never saw Earth, Wind and Fire,
you saying, and now I got to do your job.
If you never saw Earth, Wind and Fire, if you never saw Prince, if you never saw Chicago, you ain't seen no concert. And Parliament Funkadelic. Because I'm telling you, them was some 2 or 3 hour concerts. It wasn't no 4 minute dancing at a 40-minute set.
And I've been blessed to see everything you just said out your mouth. Because I'm gonna tell you, I tell people all the time, if you knew anything about Chicago, when that horn section go, well, they had the baddest horn section in the planet.
They traveled with Earth, Wind and Fire, right? They came to Dallas about 5 years ago. This is how much of a fan, even my wife, we are of Earth, Wind and Fire. They had the tickets. She wanted to go and I wanted to go. We was going to that one. 25 will get you on the back row on the grass. 600 got you front row, VIP pavilion, and you get to go. Don't think, I looked at the budget. I said, well, we don't need that next month, and we don't need that next month. I got 2 of them $600 tickets.
We just gonna go
because
sacrifice.
But you know what? When that music was playing, I could remember from childhood to adult what I was doing when the music was playing. But how many people could ever say, I saw Earth, Wind and Fire? I saw Parliament. I saw Prince. People can read about Prince now. You could go look at a video. But have you ever been there?
Yeah.
You know, and there's no artist out right now that I go see.
Remember, our artists were artists. So you wasn't
they played
coming out singing over no goddamn track.
Yeah, and they had instruments. They had these things that they played.
Band.
But part of that too is that when we dealt with artists who had bands, one thing when you first do it because that's the first instrumentation of it. Okay. But now you know it's just like when those of us who cook, y'all know, honey, spaghetti ain't right until it done sat and it's the next day. Because the seasons done sat down in that motherfucker. Same thing with the music. When you going to see a live band and them band get to playing, this is how my mama, Miss Patty LaBelle, and my big sister, Miss Stephanie Mills, lose their damn mind with their bands because they done sat down with it and it done got into your spine.
It done got
that motherfucking music get into your spine and it make you
I'm glad you mentioned Stephanie Mills, Meech. Now my birthday's coming up. What you supposed to work on for me? I told Meech all I want. He can send me the file. I don't care if it don't have to be a person I want to record it where I can listen to it. I just want Stephanie Mills to sing me happy birthday. And
I just didn't know that this was in my bag, Meech.
Oh, you didn't? You just got it? You just realized?
Because I had only took out one of those other black things for the car. And then I was going to straighten up the car. I said, this nigga did not tell me
to sing me happy birthday. She don't have to sing the whole song. Just sing it with my name in it, and I'm good. I put the ringtone on my phone.
Okay.
She'll do it.
Make it happen, Meech. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
February 19th, Meech. I don't care if it gets delivered to 20.
My cousin that just passed, y'all had the same birthday. She'd have been 55 this year. Yeah, so okay. That's cute.
We gotta hit her up. Yo.
Shit, hit her up.
Yeah.
Say, listen,
yeah.
you deserve it.
So, honey, I'm telling y'all, that's what it was because when the music got to you, folks had time to play with it. And then they sit down there and riff, with it and carrying on, and they improvise with it a little bit and stay within the child. Bands and carry on will let you lose your mind. And it's a total experience, and especially when you're in the audience with like-minded people. Because how many of us have gone to concerts that you just sat there and made friends with bitches? Y'all concert. Okay. and everything, and it became a connection, you know. And it's like, oh my God, listen, it ain't no. If I don't leave exhausted, then I didn't have a good time.
About the
But here's the best part, though, y'all.
Hey,
when the artists go away,
I took Naomi. I took Cupcake to see Cameo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the average white band.
Not the average white band. Yo, I used to love them. Oh my God.
Boy, when they hit that Schoolboy Crush,
Lord,
I lost my damn mind.
But ain't this the best part when you live at the show, when the artist get something start giving it to the band?
Oh yeah. Oh, you know what I do? Hey,
baby.
I didn't know how Soul was until that same concert when Zap hit the stage. The Cupcake went crazy.
That was it. That was it. That was
when
it.
Zap hit the stage.
Baby, listen, and y'all know I come from one of them towns too, where the live music is everything. If we even talk about my kids, my kids have been on stage at the Kimmel Center, full ass band.
Yeah.
Rapping, because that's a part of our culture. It's like, you can't sing or rap with the band. Yeah. You need to go back and work on your craft a little bit. I ain't saying you can't do it. I'm just saying this part of our culture. You need to be able to do this. You don't represent this. You need to be.
You remember when Sinbad did used to do the summer jams with all the groups that would come out? Boy, I miss those.
Yeah.
But I tell you, if you never been to a good go-go concert where they got 3 or 4 bands, that is about as real as you can get nowadays. Because I mean, you see white folks in there.
I am a Chuck Brown fan. I'm a Chuck fan.
Oh, hold on now. Northeast Groovers.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Real Essence. You know.
In Philly, they have a place called.
Bro.
Stan, I know you was up in Pittsburgh, but do you know the Robin Hood Dell?
Yeah.
The summer series at the Robin Hood Dell.
Yeah.
And I tell y'all, everybody, meet your mama, your sister, and everybody else that you could think of. Come through that Robin Hood Dell. And I mean, it's something special. And like Stan said, you can even get the seats on the lawn.
Or you get the ones up front.
Oh, yeah.
Well, y'all know the one person that's bringing all that back. That I got to give him credit for. What's his name? That do pass the mic. Oh my God!
Oh, DJ Cassidy. Yeah.
Cassidy is really bringing that back.
I kept telling that to everybody. I was so happy with that.
Did you see when he had Earth, Wind, and Fire?
Yes, God.
Yeah.
Yes, God.
I think I posted
Oh my God.
I kept saying
but I'm glad Philip finally cut his hair. Braids are cool. But I remember when he had the braids started hitting. Your braids just become just nothing but a ponytail.
Yeah.
That had to be pulled so tight. He was singing reasons.
He had a 4 heads. He had a motherfucking 9 heads. That shit was way back in.
But boy, when they played up in Dallas, Earth, Wind, and Fire came out hard.
Phenomenal. Like even that first one when I saw Kathy Sledge, and I was like, Billy Eyes, come on, Kathy.
Well, see, we'll travel to see that. Older folks will travel because to us, it's like me said, when we went up there to see Earth, Wind, and Fire and Chicago, because it's cool. They came out, flipped the coin to see which band played first.
And that was
Earth, Wind, and Fire played 45 minutes. Chicago came out and played 45 minutes. So you're already an hour and a half and you just having fun. Right. And then after that, they both came back together and played another 30 minutes. Wasn't no warm-up bands, wasn't no Little Cuckoo and the Cray Cray, wasn't none of that. They just came out hard.
Just good fun.
Says that because she talks about one of the things that she loves about touring with her peers. She said we didn't have all that. She said we didn't have all that competition or that ego as to who got top billing. She said because the money is the same. So we don't care. You know, all we're doing is making sure that the show is the show.
Right.
You know, you go out there, you do your thing, you bring your best because you know who on the show with you. You bring your best so that your best to enhance the show.
Meech, I'm so glad you just said that. We had a conversation the other day, right? Molly says, Mom, really think Timmy kind of losing his, his musical stuff. Because Timmy makes like this alternative hip hop stuff. It's just it's like really weird, but he got a lot of fans that listen to the shit. It's weird. I don't really understand it, but he got people that love it, right? He said, because he just make this music and it's just. I said, have you ever been on a song with your brother? He said, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like when he on a song with one of us, he kill it. I said, ask him to do a song right now. I said, Timmy will get on that song and smash that song just to let you know he's the oldest and that he ain't never lost it. He will smack that ass. And we know how talented you are, Marley. And he said, come to think of it, every time it's a song where it's like a collective song, when it's an A1 song, no matter what goes down, Timmy probably got the hardest verse on every one. I said, because he's showing y'all, I'm the oldest brother. Right. I know what the hell I'm doing. I just don't give a shit about this shit no more. But if we on a song together, I'm damn sure going to represent and let you know who started it.
Okay.
He said, oh, okay. I said, yeah, don't challenge your brother like that. That ain't what you want, little baby. That ain't what you want. Leave him alone. He trying to be an old man. Let him be an old man. You don't want that.
Okay. Well, listen, that there is going to be our show. That's a wonderful place to cut this.
Yeah, I'm glad we lightened it up a little bit because my soul is.
Okay. So what we're going to do here, we're going to let the people get back to their love of your lives.
Well,
and we're going to come back with
give me a second. Give me a second.
All right, take it.
I just want to thank all the fans and everybody. They sent a lot of love out to me about my son passing away a couple of days ago, and everybody looked out for me. I went through and I read a lot of this stuff, and if I didn't reply to you, it's because there's so many of them. But I did recognize a lot of people from Dish and T. Just about everybody came and said some beautiful words or something positive or anything. I appreciate the support. Don't think I didn't pay attention. I see, you know what I'm saying, and God for that. So I just want to know, you know what I'm saying, let you know I'm okay. I only can deal with this as best as I can. So I'm just trying to keep myself busy, but I appreciate y'all actually looking out and caring. So thank you.
Oh, my baby.
Okay, now y'all started this thing all trying to make me cry. Y'all gonna make
That's
me
what I'm sitting over here trying to hold.
Chain 360. Okay.
What I miss?
Your husband was just telling everybody thank you for being there for y'all.
Yes, it's that's the worst feeling ever in history, to sit there as a wife knowing that you have a stepson that you really technically only met once over the phone, but it felt like I know him for a long time. And to just see my husband break down as a wife, to sit there and cry with him, because I couldn't, there's nothing else that I could really do but to comfort him at that time. And I just wanted, like everybody else, that's why I put the post I made up, like, just give him his time to grieve. It's cool, but no parent should ever have that feeling to lose a child, regardless of what they do. And I know some kids out here just do crazy stuff. That's why I wish parents would just love on their kids. Tell them you love them. Because today and tomorrow is not promised. You never know what might happen. But yes, we do want to thank everybody for being supportive, because you never know how many people you have in your corner until something tragic happens. And then that's how you find out who's really there for you. So yes, thank you all very much. Really appreciate it.
Oh, we love you.
All right, honey. Yeah, all of us are doing what we can, because this has hit all of us, and if not directly, we are interconnected and carrying on, and this is what we know to be the village. You understand? And if there are no words, honey, actions will do it, honey. If all you know how to do is fry some chicken, honey, and bake a sweet potato pie, and carry it on, because y'all know the kids got to eat or whatever. That's doing your part. If you feel you can't do nothing, if all you know how to do is pray and talk to God, then intercede, honey. Go ahead on and do that. You know, if all you know how to do is mind your own fucking business, okay, and not open your mouth and talk wrong, then do that. Okay. Whatever it is, honey, it's all appreciated. Okay. And And that there, when we talk about rebuilding, what do we as a people do? How can we do to rebuild and rebrand the village so that the village can stop being the villain? Start there.
Yeah.
Start there. So on that note, my darling,
Important safety tip, Mitch.
go ahead.
If you're a gangster and you come across a little kid humming the theme from Wonder Woman carrying the 7-Up, don't go there. Just leave it alone.
With a boombox playing
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. Uncle Meech said it. He said,
because you about to get your ass whooped. So just go ahead.
Yeah. Just
go about your business.
and whatever you do, if you see a sawhorse out there for construction, don't pick it up. It's not gonna look good because somebody gonna be videoing the goddamn yelling "World Star."
You dumb as fuck, but also true. Don't fuck with it. Okay.
We love y'all. I know Beach about to close us out. You guys, if you noticed, I haven't been up. I hate him because I know that's your.
Girl, something.
All the world is for you.
You're so stupid.
And the power you in your satin.
Every time I hear this, I see you spinning around in the middle of 14 guys.
I told y'all if y'all look at the documentary, our Faces of Homeless documentary, and Meech was telling this Wonder Woman story about New York, and I put the clip in there, didn't I, Meech?
Yeah.
I put it in there.
Oh yeah, when I was homeless in New York, and how I knew God let me be there was because I was at the phone booth. I was about to call home and tell my mama the shit wasn't going right, and this, that, and the other. But I know the glow of the spin when she spin around, and at that time, FX had just started as a channel, and Wonder Woman used to come on, and they used to have a right there on 26th and Madison Avenue. They used to have the big pane window, and they would play whatever was on TV. And I just happened to look up, and I caught the spin, the glow. I said, "Bitch, I know that ain't what I think it is." Directly kitty corner from me in the store and the phone. I hopped my ass over there to the street, across the street, and I would sit there for an hour, honey, and stand there watching Wonder Woman every day. Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, during that part of the documentary when I was editing, I put the breakout Palacios in the peanut butter. Don't you start that shit. I was like, I need to put this clip in it. So when I sent it to Meech, I was like, Meech, just go to your part. Just go. You even. I don't care if you look at nobody else, but because I don't think people really understand who we are as Dish and T and Let's Talk and Atlanta Hot Radio, Behind the Blue Curtain, and the whole damn Nighthawk Network and everything. Y'all see, I haven't really been on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that because I knew it would be posts. And the only thing that I could do was put up a post on a place where nobody really know us and just say, when one of us hurts, we all hurt. And our village is for real.
Come on now.
This is for real. We love each other. We will drop whatever to get to where we need to get. And like they say, everybody, y'all, it as a whole family, we appreciate everything. But none of us is going to know what that pain is. I couldn't imagine something like that happening to one of my kids. And y'all know the fight that I'm having with my son. But at the end of the day, I still can talk to my son almost every day. So knowing that Red, my brother, is going through such a hurt, and then he had got a double bomb that same day, it hurt so much to where you don't even have the words to say. And we're to tell you, since the day since we seen him, I haven't really said anything. I just send him hugs and love and, the little gift thingies that, because there's nothing that I'm going to be able to say to make that go away, to make that pain go away. So the only thing I can do as his sister is send him the love and be right here if that phone ring. Y'all better start learning how to love each other. It ain't always about the family that your DNA come from. The families that you make, the families that you choose, they are just as important. And most of the time, they be more important because you chose them. You ever hear a person talk about adopting a child and how special that child is? Because it wasn't just like it was the child that God gave us. You was special because they chose you. Think about how you want to make changes. If you just thought about one thing every day to do something to make something a little bit better, make something better in your life first, because you got to make you better in order to exude better for everybody else. Start waking up thinking about something that you can do every day to make life a little bit better. Because once you make it better in your life, you're able to spread that out. Stop being so reckless with your lives, with everybody else's lives. Stop thinking that it's only about you. Because if it was only about you, it would be nobody else. It would begin and end with you. I just want y'all to let that, it ain't just about you.
Ooh, what a perfect way to end that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you may finish all of your crumpets, darling, because the tea has been dished. And you have been dishing tea, darling, with Big Meech and Aunt Nikki and the big guy ally, honey. That's Big Red over there with our special guest this evening, honey, Miss Red. Miss Red, honey,
Miss Red is doing it again.
Okay, Miss Red, Miss Cupcake came up in here, and okay, one of our affiliates from behind the blue curtain, honey. Okay, Mr. Stan Mason over there representing our affiliates over there at the Nighthawk Network. Okay. And to all of you, honey, who has been up in here with us and show us love and support and kindness and share your thoughts and allow your voices to be heard. We love you. We appreciate you. And we know that you are here. So, honey, we know that you love us, honey. So tell all of your fans, bring them up in here with you. But for those of you who hate us, if you hate us, bitches, honey, tell all of your motherfucking enemies.
Every last one.
Do know this. Everything that we're doing over here, honey, any way, shape, style, form, or fashion will move forward. So, darlings, having said all that, honey, we will join us tomorrow. Same Wonder Time, same back channel, honey. Okay.
And I can stay up because Lily up in Philly.
Right. Okay. Now be mindful. This coming weekend, this Saturday, we're gonna have an author with us, honey. She done made a book, honey. Wait a minute. Did I leave it up here? Yeah, The Woman Tells. The Woman Tells All. I think that's what it is. No, it's just The Woman Tells. And it's going to be a relationship book about how to identify cheating and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. This is gonna be real that way, honey. So she's coming with us this coming Saturday. So, honey, I want y'all to come on up in here and get it together. So, having said all that, honey, it's one of those shows, honey. It's just one of those things, and it's one of those. Make sure you go get your merch. Okay. You'll change first. Okay.
If y'all up in the Mortings, come on over to Bigo and get some of this good readings that I do from Uncle Meech's book. Start your day off right with a nice old affirmation.
What time they start? What time they start?
10 o'clock.
What? 10 o'clock.
Well, it didn't start till about 10:20 this morning because my ass was late. I was sleeping.
Oh, see, I gotta be at work at 10:30.
Okay.
I try to cut on it up.
So that. So my darlings, honey, you may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished. And you're finishing tea with big meat. So on that note, honey, and scene.